Hello everybody and welcome to the stream. Tonight we are playing Rooms and Reptiles D&D. To the stream. Tonight
Alright. So, last session, you finished looting the basement of the ancient catacombs that had been recently unearthed and explored by you underneath the town of Baldur's Gate. You had found quite a lot of books and quite a few interesting magical trinkets, but you think the greatest treasure might have been opening up that door. For about the week that you've spent resting up, there's been this inescapable sense of energy in the area around you. Like an ever-present static electricity just somewhere in the background. Sorry. Burp. Cobalt, you're not actually feeling too well. You feel that you may have come down with a sickness of some sort.
Oh no.
Your nose is all stuffed up, your head is pounding, and you find it hard to get out of bed in the morning.
Oh, so just kind of like normal life. Brutal.
A bit worse than normal life, how about? Anyways, I'm going to drop the mother of all parcels on you guys right now, containing all of the items that was in the catacombs, in which you have written down, but now I have actual item sheets for.
Oh, neat.
I've placed them in the party sheet so you can take a look at everything that's there, and so you can replace what you've written with these actual items. Oh, wow.
Actually, the way this would work, Dova, you will need to go through here, and we're gonna be debating who gets what, and then
so
under assignment,
Gotcha.
you'll type in the name, and once we're all decided, you'll just hit,
Button right here.
no, that's sell items.
Oh. It's button right here.
Distribute, yep.
There we go.
So,
Alright.
who gets the bag of colding?
I already claimed it.
Anybody else want it?
No, I'm good.
Let me see. We decided a few things last game. I guess the only thing was solely one of the Ace of Clubs.
Alright. We'll come back to these cantrip coins.
Is your house burning down?
That's his alarm.
Ah. His?
Okay. Yeah, that's Ray's alarm.
Oh.
It's not mine.
That wasn't your alarm?
No.
Oh. Well, it was somebody's alarm. Either way.
Sorry about that.
Oh, apparently it was Cobalt's.
Yeah, my Andrew's phone was ringing.
Could one of you check and make sure that the audio is working on the stream real quick?
Yes.
Because it wasn't working last week.
The audio just wasn't working, period?
Last week, my audio was coming through, but nobody else's.
Oh. Alright, I'll check.
Yeah, it's kind of disappointing, but...
Yeah, it's working.
Perfect. Okay, so we'll come back to these cantrip coins. We've got Clark's Instant Hot Bath. I don't know if I want to give Rock magic.
I don't think you want to give Rock that kind of power.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even have magic either.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Well, this is a different version of Great Mighty Pooh.
Hanky the Christmas Pooh?
Huh?
Is Hanky the Christmas Pooh?
No. So who wants Clark's instant hot bath?
Not Cobalt.
I'll take it if nobody else wants it then. The duvet of warm dreams.
How big is it, Dova?
It would fit a queen-size bed.
I want that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure all of us would fit on it.
We can put it in the trunk of holding, keep it in the cart.
Or my bag. One of the two.
If we keep it in my bag, then it would be, like, perfect.
What?
A warm blanket and a cold bag?
No. Alright, so I guess I'll hold on to it in the bag of holding. The ever full pot. Anybody particularly want that? Alright, that'll go to me as well. What?
I think a lot of these things are just like stuff we use when we need them, not belong to anyone.
Right,
Well, yeah, most of these I figure get put into the bag of holding, or the chest, because I assume we would probably put the chest in the wagon. But
yeah,
either way,
All
that
of
still
Sully
goes.
has claimed the pot.
Oh, okay.
Alright. Fine scroll. Didn't we identify
Cobalt.
this?
I think it might just be a really nice...
then none of them identify.
No, most of them are. Just the fine scroll.
Not the
is
scroll.
not.
Oh, here we go. Let me.
Just need to go in and...
Oh, I know why. Because I didn't actually create them here.
No, yeah, you just... There you go. So, Scroll of Bane. Yeah, I would say we give this to Cobalt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
I believe you're actually skipping down a few with my...
Well, it moved
This is
around.
Yeah.
When you identified the scrolls, it moved it down the list because it tries to keep them in alphabetical order. We did skip the cantrip coins because we'll come back to those.
Alright.
Gray box balance. That's the combining
That's a scale.
2 items. I'm
Give it
going
a
to put
Shrek.
that into the chest, and we will take it out here and there. So that would go
Shrek
to
isn't on the
Shrek.
party.
Oh, yeah, you need to... I think you need to add him to the party to actually... It's okay, just
Yeah,
put
I
it to
do.
me and I'll move it over to him.
He's in the party
Cobalt
now.
wants the balance to be his. But he can't carry it because he's small.
I don't know about having Shrek in the party sheet, because then he'll be getting experience.
I don't give you experience anyways.
Oh, true.
So-
Never mind.
So you
We get life experience.
Level 12 Shrek.
So Shrek the bag of holding?
Shrek is
Shrek.
the wagon,
Okay.
which would include the that chest that we got, the magic
Mhm.
one. We'll probably find some way to secure it to the cart so it doesn't get, stolen. Ken's more clean traveling clothes. Anybody want those?
Give them to the bard.
Sally, you want them?
They're clothes that are always clean.
Alright.
Alright.
The lazy arrows definitely go to Raku.
Alright.
You're the only one that uses a bow, so
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that you use a bow so you get the magic arrows.
That is correct.
I have a crossbow, but I don't shoot them. So,
Well,
Yeah,
even
I
if
don't need
you
'em.
do
Those-
use a
those are bolts.
crossbow, that uses bolts, not arrows.
well, Rock would have no use for laser arrows anyway. So,
I mean, I'm not sure what my what my use for them are either, so I'll figure it out.
Well, either way, you got a quiver that can hold them all.
Yep.
The broom, I figure we'll just put in the chest until we have a use for it.
So which one?
The Marvolo broom, the one that... The
No, I
Fantasia broom.
No, I know that. I thought we were just setting it up. Yeah, I would give it a Shrek anyways, but I thought we were just going to keep it on the cart to keep cleaning it.
Maybe. I don't know if it would work on the cart, but we could try. Definitely could try. Merlin spoon. Hand-carved wooden spoon with grains and legumes carved into the handle. Produces 10 servings of tasteless but nutritious goop daily.
Oh, I'm sure that Rock would love that.
Oh yeah, give him another magical base food item.
I don't know. I already started writing your name down.
I saw that, and then you backed it up.
Yeah, we'll give that to Rock.
Oh yeah.
He was like, yeah, and then you started typing it out, and then he started sounding sarcastic, and I could see it backspacing.
The potion of healing, I would say give...
There are 2 of them.
Yeah,
I'll
I
take
would say
one.
give one to Rock, and the other...
Because I can run and I can use cunning action to dash over to people and heal them.
I don't know if that would work, Dova. I think what we're going to need to do here is...
Get of it.
So one to Rock and one to Rakud then?
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay.
I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, let's try
Let's see
it.
if it works.
Might as well. Ring of Dawn.
Useless.
Yeah.
There are 2 of them.
I say put him in the bag of holding and we'll sell him at some point.
Or we could combine them with things. That's something useless we can test to see if the scales do magic items.
Yeah, Shrek can get them for now.
Cobalt
all
gets
of the
the
scrolls
scroll.
will go to Cobalt.
Dimension Doors is a conjuration spell too. need
Scryer's
it.
landscape, a painting of incredible... I figured that we'll put into the chest as well. We'll come back to these coins. Stone of Continual Flame. I'll take that. And I want the teacup.
Greedy.
Well, I drink a lot of tea.
We haven't. You eat centipedes.
I feel like Sully would
drinking
drink more
before.
tea than you.
I drink a lot of tea.
I feel like Sully would.
Cobalt gets the tome.
Can
Oh,
Cobalt
you get what
carry
it
the
does.
tome?
40
Carried
pounds.
it for a very small amount.
But I want the teacup.
You have plenty.
I can carry the tome.
I would vote we put that in the chest,
In the chest,
until
yeah,
we
because
get
we-
it.
We don't need to keep it on us, but I'm just saying I can
Yeah.
carry it when needed.
Toy automaton.
Cobalt.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
I'll take the Water's Bane rod.
Cobalt gets the chunk of holding.
I'll take the last knife.
A chunk of holding is going in the cart because Cobalt can't carry it.
You don't know Cobalt.
I
Yes,
do
you do.
know Cobalt!
It weighs 40 pounds.
Dova, try to lift the box.
Oh no, that was the book.
The box.
The
The trunk.
box
Strength
was
check.
80. You couldn't carry the book.
Yeah. You're unable to pick it up at all.
Cobalt looks sad and kind of curls up in front of it.
There, Cobalt. You can play with the stuff inside, but yeah, it needs to go somewhere that can actually carry it.
Alright, so
Okay.
what are we going to do with the coins?
Now, these coins, I would like to know a bit more information about them. So, I assume that the spell coins are one-time use. Is that correct, Dova?
That is absolutely correct.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I'd say they're exactly like spell scrolls, except I can't copy them.
Yes, that is precisely what they are.
Now, the thing about the cantrip coins is cantrips can normally be used multiple times. Are they still just one-time use each?
Yep.
Okay.
Same with cantrip scrolls, or one-time use each as well.
Okay, well, in that case,
Alright, I'll take the ball.
I'd say... Well, we could distribute them a bit. I want one of the prestidigitation ones.
I want the mage hand one.
I say we.
I don't need any.
I say we split the message ones between most of us.
Except for me.
Okay, so
Because
everybody
I have
except-
most of the... I have most of these cantrips.
Well, it's automatically adding commas. I think this is how it's meant to be used.
Yeah, looks like it. So minor illusion. Does anybody else want any of the prestidigitated that one?
No.
It can be used to flavor your food, it can change colors of things, it can make things clean.
Sure, I'll take one.
I'll take one.
Okay.
I can use it for my armor.
Oh yeah, Sully probably also has prestidigitation.
I would say give the guidance one to Raku.
Alright, yep.
Speaking of armor, I'm going to prestidigitation clean Rockworks armor.
You do so.
Thank you, thank you.
Quite a bit of grime, dust, and your own blood is washed away.
That seems about right.
I say we give Chill Touch to Raku.
Why don't we give it to Rock? He's usually melee range.
Chill touch is into a touch spell.
Oh, I always forget about that. Okay, sure,
Yeah,
I'll take it.
It's a misworded
Yeah.
spell.
It always confuses me.
It used
It's
to be
weird.
a touch spell. In prior
Isn't it
editions
like-
of D&D, it was.
Isn't it like a ranged melee spell attack or something like that?
I have no
No.
flippin' clue anymore.
Well, I mean, I want to look. I'm curious now.
Dancing Lights, we'll give that to Sully.
I think it might just be a ranged spell attack.
Yeah, make a ranged spell attack.
What is Gust? I'm not familiar with
It's
that one.
you make a little wind.
Can't do anything really with it?
Your shitty flying.
I mean,
type
you can blow away fog and clouds of stuff.
We'll give that to Raku. Sound good?
Alright.
Sorry, the gust?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Use them as distractions, probably.
We'll give the light to Rock.
He needs some light in his world.
Yeah. The minor illusion. Anybody else want that?
Wait, where's minor
Oh,
illusion?
hey Dova, I have a question.
Oh, cool. I'll take it if no one wants it.
Yeah, I can't
Hey,
think
Dove.
of Rock would use it effectively anyway.
Hey Dove, I have a
I
question.
said what? Yes.
Oh, I didn't hear you because everyone was talking. What spellcasting modifier do you use coins use?
It's an excellent question.
Because like minor illusion requires a save to get past it and stuff like that.
Give me a moment.
These are the important questions.
The important question
Let
is
me
to get
let me take a very long time to formulate an answer. I know it off the top of my head, of course.
Of course, but it's
Yes.
dramatic pause.
Yes.
Yeah, the dramatic pause
the-
while he's totally not looking it up in the book.
The dramatic
Hey.
pause.
It's going to be the same as scrolls, so save DC is 13 and attack bonus is +5.
Okay.
Okay.
See, look, I knew it the whole time.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I say we give the Grease Spell Coin to Raku, the Featherfall to Rock, considering he's the only one of us that's actually fallen anywhere recently. Or period.
Have I?
Yeah, you fell from the freaking ship.
Oh yeah, I did. My chest still hurts from that.
Goodberry, if there's no objections, I'll go ahead and take that.
Yeah.
One left.
That was
Grease-
apparently mine.
Grease would go to Raku.
That is all of them now. Let's see if
Okay.
this works. Beep. Shit.
Beep. Shit.
Here, let me change something. Let me capitalize the first fucking letter.
Oh,
Thank God.
I think-
Oh, come on. Thank God. Because, like, that was bugging me.
Well, I have the bag of clothing.
I'm gonna start from the top.
Beep. Shit.
It's called me. I aim to kill like Kid Cherokee. New kid on the block with a brand new sound. Pumping through your veins, kid, straight to the ground. Throwing a Cree shit round after round. It's a rap battle, match you pound for pound. My throat's been slit. I've turned legit. Call up your bosses and tell them you quit.
Something fell over in my roommate's room.
Spooky.
Spooky,
Alright.
spooky
Is
ghost.
is he home?
No.
That's more spooky.
Does he have a pet?
I think we are, Rich.
The spooky is getting more spooky.
Give me a second. Grab some soy sauce.
Lazard.
Okay. Let's try it again.
Round 2.
Hey,
Beep. That shit works.
bait, boat, bait.
Yep.
Oh, and it distributed it perfectly. Oh, that's delicious.
Would it have been able to distribute any other way?
Manually. Like Eric suggested. I'm not gonna do
Oh,
that
you mean with
shit.
the commas and stuff? Okay.
Yeah, with the commas, did it perfect.
well, that's cool to know. Cool.
Cobalt's gonna put the chainmail sock on his horn.
Oh, it's on your tail, huh?
Oh yeah, but it won't stay there.
I put vines on there to keep it there.
Yeah, but they won't last there forever.
I'm sure they would last forever. They're
Not
magical
forever.
vines.
I'm gonna put it on his snout instead.
The magical vines, which means there's 100,000 rules and limitations of why they won't stay there forever.
It's a magical vine. There's even more reasons it won't stay there forever.
Anyways,
So I was gonna play with the toy frog.
so we got everything distributed out, so I say the next stop, have we taken a long rest? I think we did.
It's basically been a week since you've actually done anything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, in that case,
You
I
guys are
probably
taking
would have
a week.
studied
Yeah,
several
chill
books. Oh, give me one moment. I need to borrow this real quick.
What? I wasn't really looking at it.
There's that, and that. Sully would have gotten all of the song books, because, well, he's the only one with any real need for them.
Aww.
I think I would have read the ship sailing manual and probably delved into all of the... Well, how many books do you think I could have read in that time?
I think you could have gone cover to cover with like 3 books.
Okay, so...
Now what about football?
These are pretty good books, written in very verbose language.
So the ship
Now what
sailing
about-
manual and 2 of the alchemical / natural studies books.
How many books could Cobalt have read?
Which ones did you want to read?
Dare I ask for a list?
I believe we have a list written down somewhere.
Let me
Eric
go
says
ahead
that.
and grab... Oh,
Somewhere.
one sec.
Because if I tried to rethink of it, it'd be completely different.
Let me go ahead and grab a screenshot. That should be all of them. Ah.
Oh.
So what were the 2 alchemical / natural studies books that I actually read and can add for knowledge?
One of them is a general sort of a guide on medicinal herbs and alchemical herbs and ingredients in the surrounding countrysides. It is quite old, so some of the species may have gone extinct, or some other ones may have moved in, but it is quite useful to know all this. The second one... Give me one sec. I'm having a brain fart. The second one is delving into various potions' effect on the elven body as compared to the human body. It's quite interesting to know that elves are quite more resistant to the effects of both potions and poisons. However, it also makes so that they take less advantage from them.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting read.
Now it says books of various magics.
Yes.
That's
Give me
about
some
all I've
examples.
got.
How many were there?
There were a
8.
total of 8.
Alright.
Is there at least one for each wizard class? Or school of magic, I mean?
There is not one for each school of magic, no.
Okay, well,
There's one on conjuration, one relating to the similarities of enchantment and illusion, and then one focusing on the useful, or the sort of good uses for necromancy. The other ones are a smattering of different subjects, mostly magical history sort of things. Basically saying
Alright, well,
So 5
where
books
different
on
spells came from.
So 5 books on magical history.
Yes.
I thought you maybe we take it to. Anyway, Kobo wants the Conjuration one because that's his school of magic.
All right. You start to look into the book, and over the week you learn quite a bit more about where your actual sort of power comes from. You had a very decent grasp before, but this looks at it from a different perspective.
It took me a week to read that book.
I mean,
Magic.
magic is pretty complex, but I mean, you could read another book. I'm not saying that's all you read.
Alright, well, I'm gonna spend the rest of this time copying Dimension Door into my spellbook.
Alright.
Or if not the rest of the time, it'll take 3 hours.
I'll read one of the
Also,
books.
I need more money.
I'll have
Sorry.
I'll have read one of the books of diplomacy for giggles.
Alright. It's detailing one of the earlier failed trade deals with one of the cities, one of the island cities to the east. Sorry, west.
Which books?
The diplomatic one.
Thought we had specific ones for trade dealings and such. Economic
Oh
ones.
yeah.
Oh,
And
we
I
did
Well,
love
that
this
one
is
of
more.
those
This is
for-
more of the downfall of those relationships,
those.
and it's not really dealing with the exactness of what it was about, but kind of how it went wrong.
So the
It was from
downfall-
the trade relations between Baldur's Gate and Kaer Corwell.
So, Eric's.
Baldur's Gate and where? Sorry.
Kaer Corwell. Caer Corwell.
Alright. I'm making notes of these and the descriptions on them. So that way we know for later reference. What's up, Cobalt?
Shit, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, is there like a group money storage thing? I need more
there
money.
Is, but it depends on everybody approving it.
Alright, well, I need 30...
Hey, thanks for the follow, Mythoxis.
I need 38 more gold for scroll to copy Dimension Door into my spellbook.
Anybody opposed to that?
No, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Alright, I give you 4 platinum, I think it would be, for that. You said 38, right?
Yeah, so 40. Give me 1 sec. Okay. 4 platinum, so 40. Okay, I have 2 gold left. Alright, Tova. I spent 3 hours to copy Dimension Door into my spellbook.
Alright, you do so. Dead.
Which is super cheap and super short for a level 3 spell.
Why is it that short? Oh yeah, because it's isn't it?
It's my school. Everything is halved.
Son of a bitch. I can't just let you have things.
That's why I was super excited.
Alright, I would like to take that book that we found over to the, whatever you call it.
House of Wonders.
Yeah.
Alright. You go there, and again, you go through the same process of getting a room with one of their
Real quick, though,
consultants.
who's going to be coming with me?
I'm with you. I'm carrying the book, and I'm very weary about giving this book to these people.
I'll go with you.
Oh, we're not giving the book to those people. Screw
Oh,
them.
yeah, we're not going to give
No,
it.
no, I'm worried that they might want to keep it.
That's why I'm coming with you.
Yeah.
Back up.
There is going to be a consultation fee of 10 gold pieces.
Dimension Door is a level 4 spell?
10 gold pieces, you said?
Yes.
I'll pull it out of Shrek, because, yeah, this is for the whole party.
Alright then. As Sully says to Cobalt, I have no particular attachments to my coin. If you need anything,
Aw.
child, just ask.
That's so nice of him. I actually might need 24 more because I didn't realize Dimension Door is a 3rd level spell. Holy crap. I think. Why is it not coming up in my spellbook? There it
Dimension
is.
Door is level 4.
Yes, god damn. Okay, well, thank you, Sully. Dova, I spend 1 additional hour.
As Sully gives Cobalt 30 gold. You pay the 10 gold fee, and again, you get a piece of paper with a room number on it. You go down there, Raku carrying the book itself, as it's quite large. And eventually you end up in the same room that you did before, with the ring.
Same person, too?
Exact person.
You.
This rather old-looking man with a short white beard and a peaked cap. But it looks a lot like a stereotypical wizard, minus the star pattern on his robes.
Prestidigitation
you're
of
back.
star on his robes.
What?
And prestidigitation of star onto his robes.
Wait, you came with us? I thought you were...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
We're
was doing
still
the
at
thing.
the yeah.
This is happening simultaneously. Never mind.
And what did you have for me this time?
This book we found underneath Baldur's Gate.
Oh, it looks fascinating. Can I give it here? Give it here, please.
I put the book on the desk.
He runs his hand over it, aligning it with himself. He mouths the words on the cover. It's under his breath. It sounds very brutish. The language itself. And he tries to open it, and upon finding that it takes an enormous amount of effort to even open a very small amount, he lets it close up again. Whatever this book knows, it doesn't want us to know. Give me a moment, I'll see if I can get it to talk. And he starts to concentrate on a spell.
Hey,
Waving
Dova.
this way and that. Various bits of magical energy just sparking off his fingertips. What are you doing, Sully? Sully and Rock, actually.
I thought
Rock's not
Rock
here.
came with
Rock
us.
is with us.
Rock is with
Yeah.
us? Okay.
So Sully and Cobalt to get together.
Alright. Alright. Can you give me a performance check? Sully? There you go. Very nice. You don't know what, but it feels like something is enhancing your performance slightly. Like there's just that additional funk in the air. You know? And you actually gain a few tips. 10 silver pieces and 5 gold pieces.
And 8 platinum.
No.
Aw. He didn't fall for it.
Things got a little messed up here in my inventory, Dova, so I'm trying to get it cleaned up. Guys, go through your inventory and make sure that your items actually have their descriptions on them.
I know none of my cantrip coins do.
Well, your cantrip coins would have the cantrip coins didn't have them. It's the other things that did have.
Yeah. I think all the things that do spells, all of those don't have any actual descriptions.
But yeah, let me know if you're missing anything with the description, because it means that you probably had it already written in your inventory like I did, and it didn't get... When it popped when it got distributed, what you already had, which was no description, overwrote the actual description. For some reason. Let's see.
Hey, he's Eric's.
Yes.
Can I keep, like, retroactively, can I keep back one of those rings so I can experiment on it with the scales?
They're all in the same place, so probably.
Oh, are they in the chest?
Yeah. But
Okay,
the chest
cool.
is
Never
with
mind
us
then.
right now.
Oh. Wait, are we not sitting? I figured I was sitting in the chest while I did my thing.
I
No,
assumed
not-
you
not
would have
in the
been
chest,
at
in
the... The
I meant
chest
in
is
the
in the wagon.
cart, not the chest. I meant in the wagon, not in the chest.
Yeah, in the chest. That's
In the chest, that's a bad
that's a
decision.
bad idea.
I
No.
would have assumed you would have stayed at the,
The Zentarum base, yeah. That's where the books were.
I guess so. Well, I only read the... I don't know. Sure.
I mean, when you didn't actually come with us, it was kind of like you would have stayed behind.
I guess. Anyway, continue.
Alright, I think that's all for me. Does anybody else have anything that needs to be re-added to their inventory?
Oh, I think I'm good.
I think I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. Sorry about that, Dova.
Somebody should fire him.
Yeah.
Okay, so where were we?
He was casting a spell to identify this object.
Yes.
And it takes quite a while, actually. Almost 10 minutes. Perhaps even 15. No.
15 minutes? Ah, that's weird.
No metagame like this. And eventually, he stops. And he says, I can't really get anything out of this. Only its name, really, and that it doesn't want to be open.
Do you have any
I'm afraid I
suggestions?
can't help you any more with this. If you could get it open, I suppose that would help, but I don't have the mechanical means here.
I don't think I've ever actually tried opening it.
Dova, or Rock, and Raku, why don't you both try and hold it open?
You're both the strong boys.
All
That's
right,
what Rock Rock's here for.
sure.
I thought you were here to keep them from keeping it.
That's what I was here for. He was here to help me.
Oh.
Yeah. I just point me in a direction. I'll destroy whatever's in front of me.
I can push and pull things.
I pick things up and put them down.
I acquire mass. I do nothing but lift heavy things and drop them.
All right, so I guess me and Rock are trying to open the book.
Right, give me strength checks for both of you.
Terrible.
That's pretty good. Alright.
Remember, you don't have to roll in the tower unless he says so.
Oh.
I like rolling in tower, though. It makes it mysterious for me.
Yeah. I was just reminding you that you don't have to unless you want to.
It's all suspenseful for me.
Where are the dice pink again? I thought I made them red.
Unfortunately, this is kind of the downside of sharing this, because as far as Fantasy Grounds is concerned, you as well as Rika and probably Cadno soon are the same person. and so it keeps changing the... Basically, when one of you changes the dice, it changes for all of them.
That's
That's weird.
reasonable, though.
It's,
Well,
as
I
far
thought
as
it
I'm
was-
concerned, you're all the DM, so...
Oh,
Yeah.
the DM. Okay, I was like, but I have that changes dice depending on the character I am. But no.
Yeah.
DM's
Okay.
different. Anyway.
My eye itches really, really bad. Wow. That's annoying. Alright, you try to pry the book open. And eventually you actually manage to, after a lot of straining, after clawing up his desk a good bit, trying to get good purchase, you manage to open it by, I'd say, 20 degrees or so. And as you open it further and further, there is more force being pushing you back. It feels like you're lifting double, triple, even quadruple your body weight, Rock.
I'm gonna keep pushing.
Alright, give me another strength check.
I mean, he's the strongest.
Probably.
He's the
I
strongest
think-
immortal.
I personally would figure that they would both
Oh.
be pulling on it. Like,
Yeah, like we're both pulling two separate directions.
basically, you
I would-
put it up on its binding, and then Rock grabs
Oh.
one cover, and then Raku grabs the other, and just pulls.
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
You managed to still get it open about 20 degrees or so, as you're pulling against Raku directly. Alright.
I mean, Rockbrook is the strongest immortal could possibly be.
Yeah, but the strongest that a kobold could possibly be.
Yeah.
No, strongest immortal could be.
What is his strength?
Even with a
20.
20.
Oh, yeah.
Cobalt, I'm saying that if you're a bigger race, then your potential is a bit higher in regards to like feats of strength like this. In
Yeah.
regards
Oh.
to actual skills and
Not
mechanics,
mechanically. Oh, I
skills and
see.
mechanics is going to be the same because
This is the Dova special I'm listening to right now.
oh no. Don't make me rocks follow you.
I'm in a library. I'm in a tavern. You'll injure more than just me.
It's made of stone.
Oh no!
I'll kill the whole tavern, damn it.
Actually, technically, he's in a rather empty base belonging to the Zentarum. I
He's
think
in
there
the
was
basement
only
of it.
1 or 2 people there.
Well,
And,
I
mean,
think
Sully's not even in there, so we don't have to worry about him.
I thought I was with Sully because, like,
No, Sully
I
went
know.
out to perform.
I know, but that doesn't mean I stayed in the Zentarum base to do my scribing.
I would assume that you would want to be somewhere
Hey,
safe.
you know what happens when you assume? You make a butt out of you and me. Cobalt can't swear.
Well, I mean,
no.
did you say that you were going with Sully?
You said that Sully was with Cobalt.
Sully, I didn't say
With,
this.
as in, not here.
Alright,
No,
well,
They were
Cobalt's in the
together
tavern
before.
while
Yes.
Sully performs.
Okay.
Rock, or actually no, Sully, give me a charisma check.
Is he resisting a plane shift spell?
That's a charisma save.
Oh.
You've managed to impress a Dragonborn patron. You get 3 more gold pieces. Da-da-da.
Alright, so we got this book open. Can the wizard see anything?
In the brief time that you had it open, because after a while your muscles did tire out, and the book forced itself closed again. You've both left quite large gashes in the desk from your claws. However, where your actual hands dug into the cover, it seems to have done no damage. And the wizard, after reading it and kind of stepping back for a moment, he thinks very, very hard. He sits back in the chair. You can see that what he's read has troubled him.
Everything okay there?
Yes, of course. I think this should be best to stay in your hands. I don't believe we'll want any part of it here.
What is it?
Is there anything else that you'd like for me to look over?
Hey,
we
we
want you
paid
to
you
tell
for this
us-
consultation. What did you find?
I thought what I found was only the name of the book.
Well, your demeanor's changed already. What happened?
Is there anything else that you'd like me to look over?
We want you to tell us what you saw in the book.
Afraid I cannot tell you. If there's nothing else,
We paid you to tell us, so tell us.
I've told you that
Okay, are
the
you
name
gonna
of the book
return
and
our
that
money?
it does not want to be. You can certainly talk with the receptionist to get your money back.
Can I roll an intimidate check?
Sure.
Joy.
I was thinking about that.
You mean say what I want to say and then roll, or it doesn't matter?
See what you want to say, or do what you want to do.
I'm gonna look at him and then and just say what's in the book and point to it.
Oh my
Oh
god.
I'm
no!
like a cat.
Oh no!
But it
You
wasn't
swallow
common.
a-
We don't really speak common.
You swallow a fly.
That sounds
You
about right.
say, "What's in the?" I looks at you and says, "Nothing." Now, please do. If you've got no other business with me, I suggest that you leave.
So what you're saying is that we should get it open and read it and do all sorts of things with it?
You wish.
We could try setting it on fire.
That's fine with me.
I pick up the book.
Well,
You do. Cobalt, your playing is you ever had like access to a guitar and tried playing Smoke on the Water?
I can't say I have.
Oh, that's a good one. 100%
It's a
know
very,
that.
very, very simple. It's like playing
There are three notes.
yeah, there's
on
3
one
notes.
string.
But you do have quite a lot of fun. You can try to help him, Sully. How are you going to help him?
Bardic Inspiration, I'm guessing. But I already rolled.
We can help him from now on. I mean, I don't suppose it's that you're trying to do anything, with it, other than just playing for fun. So you're
Yeah.
good.
Hey Dova, that reminds me.
What?
The Scroll of Bane. Am I able to copy that one into my spellbook as well?
With the corresponding gold cost, yes.
Alright, cool. I don't have the money for that yet, but yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, there's no planes to crash yet, so you won't need it.
I don't get it.
God damn it. The infamous scene from The Dark Knight Rises.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I get it.
Plain scene with Bane and CIA. As Sully claps, seeing Cobalt's performance, but more that they're enjoying yourself. You're excellent for your age.
Cobalt was super happy.
Alright, what are you guys doing inside the House of Wonders?
We're... first off, I'm going to ask for my money back.
Yeah, we leave that office, so I have the book.
I'm just glaring at him as we back out.
We go over, and we go up to the person we talked to before. It's just like, yeah, the wizard said we can get our money back, because there's nothing to this book.
She looks at a large ledger of, looks to be a list of names.
Like, comically large?
No, it's not comically large, but very large. Did you not find the service that you were looking for?
Not even
Not
close.
at all.
I see. It is rather unfortunate. Unfortunately, we do not give full refunds here, so I will be able to give you only 5 gold.
He told us we could get a refund from you.
Yes, well, the initial service does cost money. However, since the final result was not obtained, then I can only give you 5 gold back.
I mean, we didn't get any service at all, let alone a final service.
You were in there for close to 20 minutes, yes? And what all happened in that time?
He sat on the floor.
We opened the book, and he wouldn't tell us what he saw in it.
I see, but he did look inside.
He refused to tell us what we paid for, so we want all of our money back.
Is that all that you did?
That's all we brought in.
Unfortunate. I'll be able to give you 7 gold then, according to our standards and procedures.
Give us 8 and we'll leave right now.
Very well. And she
Alright.
gives you 8 gold.
Yay!
Okay, well, I guess we should go to the Zentarum and see if they can offer some suggestions on finding out what this is.
As
You
we're
wanna
walking out, I want to say in Draconic, service sucks.
Nobody seems to understand.
Hey, do you want to stop by the tavern that we're performing at and pick us up?
We
I don't know how
what
Sal-
tavern you're at.
Yeah.
Oh,
You guys didn't tell us you were going to leave the... We left before you decided you were going to go anywhere, so we would not even know that you've left the Zentarum. It's just a simple fact, we wouldn't.
You're probably not within 120 feet.
Probably not.
Oh, I'm gonna write. I'm gonna write a note telling them where we are, and I'm gonna give it to Flying Rations, and he's gonna deliver it.
Sully, you actually get an answer from one of the patrons. After some small talk, you learn that there is a merchant ship that comes in every once in a while from the deserts of Kalimshan, carrying various jewels from around there. And occasionally they will have a large shipment of pearls that the people in Kalimport just do not like. He says that the last time it came in was about a month ago, so it should be due rather soon.
Did you hear what I said, Dova?
Sorry, I missed it.
It was before, but you might have been busy. I was gonna write a note and give it to Flying Rations, and then
Oh.
send him out to tell
Yeah.
them where we are.
All right. What note do you write? Just
I'm gonna
it
write.
down.
Just write it down.
Yeah.
Okay. Continue on what you're doing, and I'll have it done.
What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I figure unless there's objections, the three of us take the wagon over to back to the Zentarum base and see if the Zentarum can help us figure out what this is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nova, quick. What's the name of the tavern we're at?
That's an excellent question. Let me take the time to formulate an excellent answer to such a great question.
Did I hear dice roll, Nova?
No, that wasn't me.
I don't know why that came as
Yeah,
Shrek,
I
but
don't know why I would. I don't know why I would be rolling dice for this. It's all set in stone already.
Never mind.
That's a good tavern name, though.
Insert tavern name here.
there we
Mhm.
go.
It is called the Splurging Sturgeon.
Isn't that
Virgin
like on
Sturgeon.
the opposite side of the city from the...
Wait, Sully had a deal of where he was supposed to be playing. Wasn't it at, like, the Three Kegs or something?
Yes, there was one there.
Oh, then that's where
Basically,
we are.
whenever he played there, he would be given food, a room, and a small bit of pay.
I believe that's where he said he was going to go.
Yeah, because he was playing to get us food.
Ah, that's correct.
So what's it called? 3 Kegs?
The Three Old Kegs. It's the one you guys have already stayed at.
Alright, I guess if we receive that message, we'll go ahead and go over there and pick them up on our way.
You definitely would have received the message about 5 minutes into your cart ride.
I don't know, Raku, we could just ignore it.
Yeah, but... Probably go.
Okay. We'll go over and, pick them up. But if they don't have food, we're out.
When you arrive at the tavern, Sully and Cobalt are messing around. Sully's playing the lute, having taken it back from Cobalt. And just playing a rather nice upbeat tune. As it is... What time is it? It would be rather late at night for you guys, so about noon. It's 11:58, Cobalt.
Okay, thank you.
So, what do you all do when you arrive?
I will ask them to come and... Because I'm really curious about this book. Like, really curious.
Alright.
Alright, there's the note.
Jeez.
It is
Oh.
excellent.
Well, in that case, we would have no idea what he's talking about.
I did.
No.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, that's right next to, what is this? Something mermaid, right? The seedier bar that they're getting their food from.
The CD bar next door. Sorry. spaced out so hard.
Yeah, it was something mermaid. I'm pretty sure.
Blushing mermaid.
Siren.
The Blushing Mermaid has rather good food, but is known for its illicit sort of connections.
Yep, and that's how I know it.
need to change my Discord avatar, because I never did that.
Come on, Dova.
Believe myself.
Look how realistic and ununiform your icon is to ours.
I mean, it's basically the same, except now I have a hood.
Yeah. That's better now. Alright, so we're all met up.
Alright.
And you said it's late for us kind of thing?
Yes. So,
Okay.
noonish.
What rooms? Who's sharing rooms?
We don't have to. We can go to the Zentarum and we've got free room and board there.
Alright, allow me to rephrase the question. Whose room is Cobalt sleeping in so he's not alone?
I think it's just one big room.
Ah,
It is one large
Yeah,
one.
it's got hammocks.
whose hammock is Cobalt? No, I'm just kidding.
Alright, so we head back to the Zentarum. I assume we've got food in tow.
Yes. You would have gotten some,
Yeah,
basically
and
flour sacks filled with bread and salted meats.
Alright, cool.
And you do make it back to the Zentarum sort of safe house.
Sweet.
You tie Donkey up outside with a feed bag, and head
Actually,
inside.
real quick, before we do go, I want to find a blacksmith and see about getting that trunk of holding secured to the cart, as well as a good lock for it.
Okay. You go find a blacksmith and a locksmith, since... actually, no, this town would have one that is both, I would say.
I do a lot of the talking when it comes to the lock.
Alright.
Yeah, you would know everything about locks.
Give me an investigation check, Raku, on the quality of the locks offered by this shop.
I would like to give him guidance.
Alright, let's see.
So that will allow you to add...
Sully, the
1d4.
food that I was talking about was the stuff in the flour sack. It was the stuff that you've earned.
Also
It is
use
very good quality bread with, some sausages and cheeses all wrapped up inside the flour bag.
25 investigation.
Yep. These are decent quality locks. I mean, you could definitely break through them, but when you go higher in difficulty to opening things, there's an exponential increase in the cost of the lock.
So,
Yeah, I assume.
can I tell them something before they go and look for this locksmith?
I mean, you're with us. We're all in the cart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good call. I know of a spell called Arcane Lock, which if I can get it and copy into my spell book, then we can make it so that it's locked to everyone except for people I designate, and it's harder to force open. And it's also it won't be able to be picked.
Oh, but we still need to lock it for now until you can get that spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, how much does he want for one of these good locks?
For one of the top quality locks that he offers, will be 500 gold, including the securing of the box to the cart.
Jeez.
Oh,
The medium high level security made of decent quality steel would be it would be around 150.
Oh, so like the securing part is 350?
no, these
no,
are
it-
different levels.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm including the
okay.
cost of securing.
I go and talk with the blacksmith. Just like I don't assume there's anything we need done that could help us pay for the expenses.
The medium quality one, which is still rather high compared to a lot of locks in this city, is 90 gold to install, along with keys, and that's going for all of these. They come with however many keys you need, up to perhaps 3. Mounting to the chest as well as mounting to the cart.
All right. I've got
Medium low is about 45 gold, and a low quality lock is about 20.
Medium low seems about fine. Seems fine.
I've got a few silver goblets and flagons here that maybe we could offer in trade. These came from the catacombs. I think the lounge, I think it was.
I feel like we could probably get more value out of it just by selling it at a general store, considering it's silver.
Oh, we can still offer.
I mean, it's a blacksmith. He can use the silver.
Well, it matters if he's a blacksmith or a locksmith. Or both.
They said he's both.
Okay, well then he might be able to use it. Or actually, he's not a jeweler, so we don't know.
I'm just offering it anyways as a trade. There are 2 silver goblets and a silver flagon.
Alright. He says that if you trade all of those, then he'll do the job for 20 gold. For the medium security lock.
Oh, that's perfect.
Was that the one that would have cost 150 otherwise?
Yes.
Oh, I can manage that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright. Take away 20 gold and all of those silver items.
We'll take the gold from Shrek.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Get out of my coin purse.
Alright, you do so. He says that he asks you what you want to do in regards to installation. Because he will have to have it here to actually install, and it'll take about 3 or 4 hours.
We can leave it here, and we can pick it up later. Now, will this be able to be, like, if we need to remove it from the wagon, would it be possible to do so? Like, through a lock or something, or...?
It would be possible. It would be very difficult, since he's going to be securing it basically to the wagon via some nails and some welding.
We'll just leave it there on the cart then, yeah.
It would definitely be possible to take it off, but...
We need to learn how to get in it. The only reason we've gotten stuff out of it is from hitting the bottom.
Well, from what I understand, basically, so long as we don't look in it, we're fine. But we could open it up, reach in with our hand, think of what we want, and then pull it out. Is that correct, Dova?
Yeah.
That is correct?
From how you've been using it so far, you just learn to not look inside and grab what you want.
Well, the way bags of holding and stuff usually work is you have to think of what you're wanting, and then it just goes into your hand.
This song has lyrics. I dislike it.
Yeah, I don't like songs with lyrics for this stuff. Well, except for the Great Mighty Pooh. I kind of can't go without lyrics on that. Anyways, so yeah, we'll just get it mounted. I removed all that stuff from the inventory, so I would assume it's been given to him, and we'll come back later.
Alright. I assume you would head home now?
Yeah.
Alright. When you return, you find a note sitting at the table in the entranceway. And the note reads, it's in the same handwriting as your sort of handler for the past few days. It says that your previous employer, Harls Hordine, is looking for you. That he has more work for you.
Was that the
It
first?
says that was the first one that sent you to the village to investigate the cause of so many raids on the villages surrounding Baldur's Gate.
Well, I figure we sleep and then head off for that.
Okay.
The guy would probably know that we prefer to operate at night.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can
It does say that he wasn't able to find you there, so this note will do.
Alright, can we find the contact, the Zentarum contact in the house real quick?
He is not in the house at the moment.
Okay.
You know that he only shows up here for maybe one day out of the week. He has other stuff to do, other work for the Zentarum. This is basically a crash house for them.
Okay, I'm gonna write a note and leave it saying that we have this book that we'd like to get looked at by probably some wizard of good knowledge and capability. I'll leave it somewhere where I would know that he would see it and go to sleep. Is that okay?
Yeah.
I put on my enchanted nightcap as I jump into one of the hammocks.
Sure thing.
I will pull out the duvet and wrap up in it and sleep.
It is unbelievably warm and comfortable.
So real quick, as you guys walk into the bedchambers room, you see Cobalt on the floor with the balance, and he has rations and flying rations on either side.
How do you have that?
I snagged it before you took it to the blacksmith.
That's fair. We didn't look in the chest, so we wouldn't know.
Well, we couldn't actually look in the chest anyway.
Well, we didn't check the chest for it.
I'm just going to sigh.
Cobalt stops and looks at Sully. Why not?
Sully, let
Swear
him
to
do
God,
whatever.
try to merge rations and flying rations.
Puts rations away.
Merge rations. Merge a rat with a flying rat. Yes.
It'd be rodents of unusually large size.
Those are just a myth.
Yeah, I don't believe they exist.
I mean, they'd be terrifying, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Thank goodness they don't.
Well, we're not anywhere near fire swamps, so we're good.
How do I feel these are going to show up in our next battle?
There, anyways.
What are these?
It's from, oh, I forget the
The
movie.
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
A beautiful part of the film.
Yes.
The whole film is beautiful.
I could send you a link.
No, we're good. Let's go ahead and... I'm just gonna curl up in my hammock and go to sleep with the blanket and let Cobalt do whatever.
So you're doing what? Sorry?
Going to sleep?
Yeah.
Yes.
So what?
You're
Same.
very, very comfortable in your hammock, surrounded by an actual mountain of blanket.
I'm sleeping in my bag of oats.
Sleeping in the bag of oats?
Yep.
Alright.
We are a very special group.
Sully, give me a survival check. And Cobalt, what are you doing? Cobalt?
Cobalt.
What?
What are you doing?
I guess I'm not gonna merge anything for now. I'm gonna fall asleep in my hammock, and then halfway through the night, I'm gonna call Zims because it's warm.
Alright. You do get half proficiency. So you get +1, I believe? Yes.
It should have automatically applied. It does say their proficiency times 1/2.
Oh, it's
No,
times.
it doesn't like that it's a number.
No, it says it's times for some reason, so 4 times
It's
1.
a jack of all trades.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
so
he gets half his skill proficiency to everything he's not proficient in, so which would be +1. So it'd be a 5. You managed to catch a large cockroach scuttling in one of the nearby alleyways. Cobalt, what are you doing? Oh, you're
he
Went
just
to
said,
sleep.
not. I thought you were gonna mess with the scale for sure.
No, he said that he climbed into Eric's hammock.
So that when you come back, you find Cobalt asleep on his own hammock. Because I do remember you saying that you switch over to Sims midway through the night.
Well, day.
I like to imagine that my enchanted nightcap is one of those stereotypic wizard hats with the stars on it.
Sure. It's got it even has some clouds.
With the blue with the stars and clouds on it.
Blue with the stars and clouds. Yep.
Flopped off to one side.
So you find a spare jar and put the cockroach inside, being sure to put some air holes, because you know that animals do need air.
I was hoping we'd wake up and be like, yep, the cockroach is dead. Give it any air.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if a cockroach could at least survive 8 hours without oxygen.
Yeah.
We're talking about things that are rumored to be able to survive a nuclear holocaust.
It's not rumored. They test radiation.
Yeah, it can survive with its head cut off. I'm pretty sure it can survive in a jar without air.
Cockroaches are mutant creatures.
I mean, I don't think they're that strong.
They're
They're good.
resilient.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess we're all sleeping.
Yes. After you have some of the bread, sausage, and cheese from your meal payment, you go to sleep, Sully. And I assume all of you would, get something to eat and go to bed.
Yeah.
Ruckruck, you're sleeping, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Funny, I was about to ask if I can roll to see if I have good dreams, but that's what my nightcap does. Sure is that I have good dreams.
Yeah. All right. Let me roll. I have my dice right here. I never have to actually grab dice. That's strange. Nothing much interesting happens during the night, other than some rather good dreams from the cat for Raku. And you all wake up the next night, fresh and ready to get on with your day. Except for Cobalt, you're feeling like shit, to put it bluntly.
Oh yeah, he's sick. I forgot about that.
I did too.
Sorry, Kobold, we all forgot about you.
Today feels rather different, as your jaw has suddenly become sore.
Sorry, I've been having conversation. What's going on?
Your jaw feels rather sore and stiff today.
That sucks.
The blanket didn't help at all?
And as you... Well, yeah. The blanket would not help with this now.
Oh.
As Sully... Or as Cobalt gets up, slowly and sluggishly, Sully comes over and feels his snout, checking for sickness. And Sully, he does not feel alright from your experience. Could you give me a medicine check? It's a bit more than the common cold, you realize. Perhaps a flu, fever, or very possibly something worse.
I'm gonna come over and take a look. Do I have any... What kind of spell would remove this anyways?
Lesser restoration cures disease.
What?
I believe lesser restoration cures disease, or is it only greater?
I guess there's only one way to find out.
Looking at the spellbook app instead of testing it and wasting a spell slot. Yes, you're correct. Give me a second, I'm looking it up.
Can I go over to Cobalt, grab his face, and do a medicine check on him?
Yes.
One disease.
As
Yep.
everybody is grabbing
Yep,
his
that's
face.
about right.
I'm gonna push everybody else away.
He looks fine.
Get out of here!
Wait, Rock gets to do his thing first.
I'll let you roleplay this one.
Cobalt's gonna look really sick and unhappy and just look back in Rockwork's face.
He's gonna have like his hand, like just manhandle his face, and then get real uncomfortably close, sniff him, and to say in Draconic, you're fine, get up.
Alright, then what happens? Sully says his thing.
At the end of our long rest, which I would assume is right now, so I can prepare new spells.
I'd say you would be able to spend some time after learning of this predicament.
I'm gonna prepare and cast Lesser Restoration on Cobalt.
Go ahead.
Restoration is a great spell. If you ask me, I think you should keep it prepared.
As you
Good for
feel
all.
your magical energies sort of fix and remove the various diseases that might have been affecting Cobalt, you hear a word echo through your mind. Tetanus.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Do
Uh,
I have
s-
any idea what that means at this?
What's your medicine skill at? have
It's
any
a
proficiency?
+4.
+4, you would know that it is a disease. Most commonly attributed with rusty metal cutting people.
Oh.
But it seems you've cured it now. But Cobalt, you still feel like shit. From your experience with using healing magics in like this, it'll take a few days to kind of get back into equilibrium.
Well, I will relay what he got to everybody and tell Cobalt, don't go running into any... Because I believe I saw him run into that pile, didn't I?
I saw him when he.
Yes.
It was when he
It was a
jumped into
pile
the
of
clothes.
clothes.
There's rusty armor under it.
Cobalt didn't know it was
no,
bad
I think it was
clothes.
knives and such under, but...
Scrap metal.
Yeah.
Oh,
He
that's
stepped on a
awesome.
nail.
Don't go jumping into unknown piles of anything.
Cobalt goes, aww.
Otherwise, I might have to go Nurse Hilda on you.
Hey, Dilla.
Yeah.
What is in this room right now?
Oh no.
The hammocks, a few sacks of grain, barrels, most of them empty, some spare chairs stacked up in the corner. What are you looking for?
I just
I want
want
to use these scales. But
just wanna point
I'll think
out-
it later.
that normally when it comes to magic items, if you use all of their charges in any day, they stand a chance of breaking and going inert or something along those lines.
This one says, or this one didn't say that it does that, and we identified it.
Just says that it has 3 charges.
And they
day.
recharge per day, each day.
Just want to point that out.
I get your concern, but I've balanced the risks.
Terrible.
Get it?
Kill yourself.
Oh.
Ah.
I want to attack the DM.
Get
Sure,
hit from
roll
a
to
bolt
attack.
of lightning.
Well,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
There we go. All of those hit, and one of them was a crit. So let's do.
Oh.
89 damage, kill you.
does not kill him. It knocks him down.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I've got 55 HP, so...
Oh, I didn't take the crit into account.
Oh, of course you didn't.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sure, Doma. Sure.
This is my
Besides,
game.
it has
This
to
is my
be
world.
one hit. So you
Right.
have to divide
Now
those
that's-
up into the different hits that you made. So
Okay.
one of those has to do at least 110 to outright kill me.
Alright. So you're unconscious after. We'll say.
I just want to point out real quick
We'll
that
say
I am just
after
throwing
4
a
attacks.
firebolt at random because there is no such thing as a DM.
You throw it up in the
You
air.
have made this bed for yourself. Now you must sleep in it. As the first 4 attacks knock you unconscious. Alright. The last 2 attacks give you 2 death saving fails each. So that's 4 death saving fails. And if my math is correct, 3 is less than 4. So yeah.
Well, it was nice knowing you guys.
So what are you guys doing now?
Well, now I guess I'm rolling a new character.
I mean, if
I'm
one
gonna
were to...
see if the guy from the Zentarum is back or not.
He is not here.
Okay.
I mean, if one was to try killing the DM, you'd probably want to use that mutual assured destruction sword.
Oh yeah, Rock, you could kill the DM.
You know, technically, point him
Oh,
in where
yeah.
to stab it.
Okay, well, Sully
Hey.
is telling us about the
Tell
pearl.
us about the pearl.
I'm gonna perk up at that.
If anyone forgets what I said, there's a gem merchant who comes in every month
Yeah.
or so.
I don't know, at the docks.
What did we need the pearl for again?
To get remove curse for Cobalt.
Let's get all the spells.
Which, judging by Rock's luck, will be quite useful.
Yeah.
I wrote down that. Interesting.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I wouldn't worry about it.
Worried.
Anyways, what are y'all doing now?
Well, I figure... Sully, why don't you and Cobalt see about grabbing this pearl? The other 3 of us can go pick up the cart, and we'll come get you guys at the docks later. after
I'll
we
go
do.
I'll go with them to the docks.
That works too. I assume that the blacksmith was a little ways away from where we are.
Yes.
Yeah. On the Baldur's Gate map, where is the Zentarum house that we're at, roughly?
We bring it up. It is going to be roughly, that's No. Roughly over there. Where Raku's piece is.
Okay. And so the docks are around O.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the blacksmith?
The blacksmith would be in the area of the counting house.
Where's that?
N.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Well then, yeah, we'll go to our separate ways, go pick up the cart, and then go over and grab you guys from the docks.
Alright.
I'll say that nothing wrong really happens, and you guys get all your stuff done. You go get the cart all furnished up and walk back. And if it's alright with everyone, we can have a list of things that you all want to do inside the city and just have them done real lickety-split so we can get on with some things.
Well, I think
Oh, like downtime stuff?
More of in the short term, before you go and see about the contract, or the war.
Okay.
I pick up some more baguettes.
Alright.
does my cart have a canopy over it? I forget.
It does not.
Okay, I want to
What were
go
you
find a canopy, get a little canopy thing that can be closed and stuff.
Okay. Closed and open, that will be about 11 gold pieces. And for the baguettes, it will be 5 silver pieces each for very high quality baguettes.
Alright. Rip.
Okay.
Uh,
I have paid. Is the canopy gonna take some time to get installed?
Not very long. It's basically it's a kind of a slot-on design with some minor modifications. So about 30 minutes to an hour.
Okay. Is there a zoo here?
One of the Druid asked for a zoo.
Nova?
Sorry, typing something.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yes, about a zoo.
I completely forgot what you said.
I asked
I
if
am
Yes,
there
about
was
a
a
losing
zoo.
zoo.
A zoo, there is not.
Good.
The High House of Wonders would probably be the best thing to a zoo. They do have some magical animals inside.
Oh, I was planning that if there was a zoo, I was gonna go break all the animals free.
Well,
But there isn't, so...
But
oh
they
well.
try with the High House of Wonders.
Oh no, I'm not that concerned with magical animals, because they're not really animals, so...
They're definitely animals, but you know.
Oh, they're not beasts. They're
Okay,
usually considered monstrosities or something.
not a cockatrice.
Pretty sure a cockatrice is not a... I don't want to let a cockatrice out! Can't they turn people
Well, they're
to
not
stone?
that bad.
Yep.
Temporarily.
Temporarily.
Cobalt wants a rubber cockatrice. It'd be fun in a bath.
They still do have rubber ducks. I mean, ducks are pretty common. But okay.
Lame.
You already have one mythical creature as a stuffed animal.
I do.
I think I'm the one that has it in the cart.
It's in the cart.
What
It's a
was
stuffed
it?
Tarask.
Oh yeah, who got that?
I did. I bought it and put it in the cart.
Uh-oh. Oh yeah, I remember now, because I made a copy of it and just hugged it too. Anything you can have, I can have for an hour.
All right. So you all get some various chores done, get some stuff bought that you need, some traveling equipment, rations, various stuff like that.
Can I buy
and
ammo for my crossbow?
yes, you can. How much?
I just want like 10 bolts.
I think they come
I can
in
look it up.
quantity.
Yeah.
Okay. So just one.
Cut that price in half.
Yeah. 10.
Hey,
Doesn't have
I forget.
price.
If you roll in the dice tower, does everyone else see that you're rolling something, or just
No. Well, we see a shadow die, but we don't see who rolled it. So basically,
Interesting.
it looks like the DM rolled it.
That's cool.
It is.
If you want to give me 20, it's easier. That's fine.
It's 20. 20 of them is 2 gold pieces.
That's fine.
I mean, you could
I'd rather
easily have 10.
Yeah, I'd rather have them, not need them, not have them.
That's true. And I assume you would place them all inside the big old. Never mind. I was thinking of Raku
Huh?
arrows.
Yeah, no, I got
yeah.
a little bolt patch.
Gotcha.
You can buy a case for them. They don't come with one for some reason.
He does have the crossbow, so he would have a cheap quiver.
Yeah. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah.
It was what, 2 gold?
Yes.
Alright, cool.
Excelente. Oh, ooh. I'm gonna see if I'll try to go as far as I can tonight,
Why? What's wrong?
because I'm losing it. I'm dying.
Alright.
So are we all doing our individual stuff now?
Yes.
I am done with my stuff. I guess we would probably just head over or something. I don't know. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Yeah. So
You head over to the manor of Harl's Hordine. You go through his reception office. The receptionist greets you sort of nonchalantly, surprisingly, considering that you're 5 kobolds that just kind of waltzed in. He's in his casual dress. It is rather early in the morning. You guys have all done your chores, done your various things that you wanted to do, and it is about 6 o'clock. He sees you in his office again, and he says, "Ah, you're here. That's excellent. Frankly, I didn't expect you to come this late for you. You're nocturnal, right?
That's correct.
So this would be rather late for you, but I do have some more work for you. We've come across the locations for many of the pirates. That's what we're calling them now. We've come across a few of their locations of some stockpiles that they own. Various arms, swords, is what we found in the lesser ones. But most of them are either hidden so well or sabotaged. They'll fall apart before you get there, that is. I have a list here of all of them, and I have picked one out that I believe you would be best suited for. It's in an old crypt. Ruins from one of the previous villages. Kind of dug right into the mountainside. About a week or two travels to the east. And let me look at the map that I have here in my hands. It's somewhere in the Sunset Mountains. Well, we don't believe that it'll be very troubling to actually get in. But it would mostly be trouble for us since it was an old kobold settlement. Or no, not kobold. I'm confusing them with you. Halfling settlement.
Oh.
Oh, so
I
you
kinda
think we're all look the same, huh? We're all the
I bet you
same?
think. I bet you think dwarves look like us too, huh?
It's not that really. It's that you're both rather short.
That's why I
I
said
just,
dwarves.
So
I
all
just
short
messed it.
people are the same to you.
Moving on. You want this job or not?
Alright, we'll go investigate.
Well, let me give you a objective marker on your map.
Quest marker added.
Gonna
Yep.
share for us.
Map updated.
It is here. I'm gonna draw it on the Faerun map. Let me share. Nice. That was in that 20.
Ah, that's quite the map in my face right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite a distance to travel.
The larger circle is the area where it's expected to be, and the smaller circle is where the settlement is. It looks like a tit.
Thanks, Noah.
The smaller one hasn't shown up. At least not for me.
I see it.
So is that line, is it lactating at like really high pressure?
Oh my god. Oh, there it is. Settlement, I think.
Settlement.
Wow. Anyways, well, I guess we will set off. I personally say we would take the wagon and try and probably follow along the river there, the Chyanthar. Or we can try, it would probably have a cost, but we could try and find a barge or something heading along the river and get the wagon on that.
Alright.
What do you guys think about that? Just travel along the river or try and find a barge?
I'm fine with either.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd probably want to travel on because it's easier to fight on land than it.
Fair enough. Alright, so we'll set off.
Okay. You know that there aren't any barge services within the city, but you know that there may be some upstream. As the road does continue. What? We're not doing that?
No, we decided to just follow along the river.
Okay. You leave the town, city, heading along the side of the river towards the Dragon Coast.
Ooh, Dragon Coast. I like the sounds of that.
It'll take 2 weeks of travel, and since Raku, I believe you can just find food for all of us, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
All right. If you
We
guys
also
want to eat rations or the spoon,
The spoon.
the spoon.
Mm-hmm.
All hail the spoon.
Boon, I have my baguettes. I can hunt for food.
Okay. Why is this happening?
I'm just rolling for all of them at once.
Everybody
Okay.
gets dysentery.
God.
My favorite meal.
Should have forded the river.
When
I'm
you're
angry
broke,
now.
so you have to have sleep. When you're broke,
Why
so you
are
have to
you
have sleep
angry?
dinner.
Nothing.
Because he rolled really well. I'm guessing.
Sort
No,
of.
he's a DM. Usually they hate it when they rolled in our favor.
Exactly. He rolled
what do you
really well
guys-
for the food he was getting.
During the 2 weeks, what do you all do for meals, for daytime leisure?
For daytime
Almost
leisure,
kind
I
of-
would read the various books that we've got.
Alright.
Cobble's gonna read some too, but primarily he's gonna combine things with the scales.
Sully is going to encourage you all heavily to take baths daily, while relishing
Well,
his very,
pretend-
very clean clothing.
I'm gonna heavily ignore that.
Yeah. Actually, during this time, anytime that Soli tried taking a bath, I used my rod to repel the water away.
Cobalt just uses prestidigitation for 24 seconds.
I laugh as Soli draws his rapier, like hysterically.
Is this how it's gonna go down?
Is this how the world ends?
Is this how a
This is how our party ends.
infighting, TPK?
Can I fling tasteless goop at him?
Oh God.
Yes, you can. Oh no.
Wait, tasteless but nutritious goop.
Very nutritious, yes.
I got 10
So
ammo
does I.
slots.
Technically, it would have 10 shots.
Yep.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes.
It's like it's a magic wand of goose slinging.
Porridge.
Yep. From a spoon.
As Sully says, "Let me take my bath, or you will not wake up tomorrow."
You tried to dig my
Okay.
brother.
I'm gonna
I continue
I'm a-
laughing. as
I'm
the
gonna
bard-
grin and say Draconic,
the-
try it.
As the
While
bard
this is
threatens the
happening-
assassin.
While all of this is happening, Cobalt is gonna tug on Eric's cloak and say, "Hey, can I combine this magic ring with something? Because we're not gonna use it."
What do you want to combine it with?
I hold with the chainmail sock. I want to see if combining something with a magical item simply transfers its effects or changes it entirely. He says
Why don't
word
you-
for word.
Why don't you do it with the bug?
I shrug and
Somebody-
say sure.
I don't think we picked it up.
Alright, so I'm gonna see what happens when you combine something with a magic item.
All right.
It had to be tested eventually.
Wow. So I'm going to grab the item for the item description for the ring.
That's the one that like feels like buzzes or something when it's near sunset. Or vibrates, I can't remember.
I think it's insanely hot.
Hmm.
Or uncomfortably hot.
Uncomfortably hot, yeah.
Okay.
As Sully kind of interjects, or as Cobalt interjects, Sully looks over and hisses.
Cobalt doesn't notice. He's too busy thinking.
With some of these dumb magic items, is there a spoon that always makes your soup just a little too cold?
Yes, it's called the Mama
Wait,
Bear
wait.
spoon.
Wait, you mean if you combine the spoon? If you combine the spoon with the bag of colding, does it just give you
I'm not-
uncomfortably cold porridge each time?
I'm not giving you my bag of colding.
Okay, so he's combining.
No, I got you. Trying to find it.
Trying to
There
find
it
an item
is.
description.
Alright. You combine the two items with a puff of dust and a small crackle of electricity. You see a sock carved out of stone.
Interesting. I'm gonna try put it on.
You can't.
I'm gonna put it on my horn.
It's what the sock would look like when it was laid against the ground.
Oh, okay. What's this gonna
Exquisite.
kind of hold?
Exquisitely
Wait.
detailed.
Is it a cloth sock, or the chainmail sock?
You said the chainmail sock.
Yeah. Okay. So it didn't like change something again or something. So it looks like it just kind of turned to stone.
Yes.
Interesting. Kobol's gonna examine the sock and think.
Alright.
Experimentation. Jot little notes in his spellbook.
And as it is almost dawn.
Oh, I gotta use it 2 more times really quick.
As Sully sheathes his rapier and ponders less lethal forms of retribution.
Real quick, we combine my arcane focus and a sock. Because the arcane focus isn't exactly magical, but it has, the arcane focus property.
I got you. Could you describe your arcane focus?
It's like a big, crap. It's like a metal staff with, I'll say a metal sphere at the end. Super simple. Because it's like base stuff.
Okay. What would this look like?
The bigger question is, will it still allow him to use it as a focus?
Oh, I have a backup one.
You bought
So-
extra focus?
Yeah. I bought one in the beginning because I forgot that I come with one.
Oh.
I'm gonna
I'm trying to think of a good way to describe this. Actually, no, it's not like that. So,
This is a staff
The-
with a stock chest.
in a puff of smoke and some static electricity, you find a small rod, about half the size that your spell focus was originally, with what looks to be a sock melded into the tip, fluttering around almost like a small flag.
What holds it up is like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever.
Fucking hell.
That's hilarious. I see him do this and give him the scale. And Cobalt says, "That is true. The next experimentation I was going to perform was with a living creature and a non-living." Suddenly sounding very intelligent all of a sudden.
Sully, that is a very bad idea.
I
Say that
think
again.
combining a
Sorry.
silver coin and a cockroach is a very excellent idea, I'll have you know.
They're already hard enough to kill as is, let alone if they become metal.
Let me take my bath and perhaps I'll be responsible.
Hey, I wasn't
Well, I mean-
stopping you. I was just stopping you from hurting my brother.
Cobalt encourages this
As Sully proceeds.
and watches with excitement.
A puff of smoke and a bit of static electricity which dwindles down reveals a well, it looks like a silver cockroach.
Is it moving?
Yeah, and it tries to scuttle away.
Cobalt catches it and keeps it.
Give me a dexterity check. As it has gotten considerably faster.
It's gotten faster. Hold on a
Yes.
second.
It's the end game boss now.
Let's see. I have a backup plan if I don't catch it with this skill check.
Give me a dexterity check, Sully.
I got a 14.
You know, Bomberman?
Bomberman?
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
It's 24. Sully, you slam the glass jar directly over it,
Nerd who
capturing it.
it. So, and like pixelated makeup.
Oh shit, is that Andrew?
Yes, that's Andrew. He's talking about drag queens.
Oh my god.
I mean, heck yeah.
Dova says, heck yeah.
Yeah, because they're awesome.
The silver cockroach taps at the side of the glass jar with a unsettling amount of force.
In response to Sully saying this, Cobalt's going to say, no, we have to figure out what we have to learn about it, experiment on it.
No, that's my thoughts
There's
exactly,
so much
Sully. I'm
there's
sure
so much
someone
stuff
wants
to
in
learn
a.
about
Sorry. Yeah, Sully. I bet someone really wants an enchanted cockroach statue. Winks.
Cobalt's amazed.
That is an abomination and needs to be destroyed.
It is a product of science and magic and needs to be studied.
I don't think there was any science here.
It's a product of magic and needs to be studied.
Why don't you just identify it? Doesn't that work?
Oh, yeah. Cobalt's going to hold the jar and cast Identify and say, that's a great idea.
I hope that we are in the cart as this is all going on.
Yeah, we are. We're moving.
At least making some progress.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is during one of your nights.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Well, like,
Because-
as we're going to sleep kind of thing.
Yes. Because Sully was trying to take a bath earlier.
I
Right.
would like to study another one of those alchemical natural studies books.
Okay.
So
Sully
Dova,
says, you know wizards are a curious sort. They will pay for this. And,
first,
go ahead.
I said first I want to try casting Mage Hand to make sure my staff actually works as an Arcane Focus. My new one.
It does.
So, the Wand of Socks.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sock attached to the end of it. It does work.
That's all it is. That's fantastic. I love it. Alright, now I'm going to Ritual Cast Identify while holding the roach. Not the roach itself, but in the jar. So I'm
Okay.
sure it'll work.
I'd say you would be able to do that.
Okay, cool. And then after 10 minutes, tell me what happens. You can go ahead and do something else with someone else if you want.
Considering the size of the roach and the silver coin, considering that they were about the same size, it is the same. It's the same size as the roach was, but now it appears to be completely made of silver. There is no real magical effect other than the
Change the material.
pretty
Well,
much
the fact
that.
that it's living metal.
That's so cool. Well, it's not something you have. It's not like it's something that's super weird to us at this point.
No, it's not weird. It's just definitely a magical nature.
Yes.
Yes.
Metal is not normally alive on its own.
And trying to run away.
Oh my god, we should release it to the local cockroach population, and then it'll, because it's stronger than
No.
everything else, it'll spread its genes, and every cockroach will be silver.
That's
No.
assuming it can reproduce.
Science
You can
is
make a farm.
science is all assumptions. I'm joking, it's not. Anyway, What else
Unless
is
it's
everyone
sterile.
doing?
So
What else is
Dova,
everyone doing?
what is the details of the book that I'm studying?
You had how many books did you have left?
I have 5 total. I've only read through 2.
Okay.
They're alchemical/natural studies.
The third is detailing a bit of speculation theories on how Blink, I forget what they're called, displacer beasts, how those do their displacing. But it doesn't get anywhere further than acknowledging the theories and kind of poking holes in each one.
So it's not going to be helpful to me at all?
Perhaps a little. It depends.
Okay.
So we still have. Well, I mean, we have 2 weeks of this, so I guess it really doesn't matter. But
So
I guess if we want to do the same day, there's still. Actually, never mind. I guess I'll do this on a different day while we're still traveling, because I want to combine something. So I guess we can finish this night.
Yes.
plenty of time.
Any watch schedule during the day?
Liam and Tiny Hut.
I figure
yeah.
we would take turns actually driving the cart, and whoever's driving the cart is also mostly on watch. Well,
The donkey does have to rest.
yeah, the donkey can do it when we're done for the day.
What?
Well, you guys travel during the night.
Yeah. Donkey's gonna eventually become nocturnal as well.
Yeah.
Over the time that you've actually used donkey, you've
Trained him to be nocturnal.
basically, yeah,
Yeah, change the
So,
circadian
we'll
rhythm.
you've
sleep.
conditioned him.
He'll sleep when we sleep.
Precisely.
So we can set up camp. And then I do Liam as Tiny Hut, but we can still do watch if you'd rather.
Well, no, we don't need to do watch if you're doing that.
Okay, cool. The
For which I'll say, as Sully says, so a sufficient amount of one product is needed to replace the matter of the other object. I think I'll need a number of silver coins.
Cobalt says, I think that would defeat the purpose of turning something large into another material, because then you'd be spending the same amount of money regardless. Guys, I don't know if you noticed, but Cobalt is smart sometimes.
Very rarely.
Especially when he's very curious about something. About learning stuff.
Book smart is very different from
You are correct.
actual
Do you know
living.
his wisdom is 9? Cobalt says yes, but only for an hour.
Oh no.
We're just having this conversation while getting ready to sleep, kind of thing.
Alright. Sorry, I had to talk shit to my roommate.
I don't have that issue anymore.
And I-
Cobalt has a number of experiments lined up, ready for testing.
Oh, no.
Anyway, Cobalt's done, goes to sleep.
Alright, so I want to try putting a pouch of 5 ball bearings on one end of the scale and 1 lazy arrow on the other side.
Interesting.
How many ball bearings?
5.
5.
Okay.
I'm assuming this is next morning. Like,
Yes.
It's at some point.
like we're getting ready to head out, kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
we're packing up our camp and stuff.
Actually, I'll
you
do
could
10.
do this in the wagon.
You are right. That is much smarter. We do this in the wagon.
Yeah. Alright, no, it's a pouch of 10.
Okay.
Might as well. Just do 10, because you're not going to use just 5 for anything, I don't think.
Yeah.
On the other side come a weird combination. How do I describe this? Very, very short and stout crossbow bolts with no fletching. Basically, a small wand with an iron ball at the top. You have 5 of those.
Huh.
Do they scream when you pull them apart from each other?
I try separating the bundle.
They do that, although it's more of a buzz.
Oh, that's much less annoying. Thank God.
So, like, how long are they?
Are they like hand crossbow bolts?
Yes, they're very short.
So it's with a little hand crossbow that is like attached to your shoulder, or attached to your wrist or something.
Well, I don't have one yet. I just have these.
I believe it's a martial weapon.
I pick them up and I go, huh.
Cobalt says, "Well, at least you only lost 1 arrow."
Sully has indicated that he wishes to try something today.
Oh yeah, go ahead and do your thing. Or if you need my services, just ask Sully. I'm guessing he's typing. Oh yeah, there is a little typing indicator.
There is. Alright, to save a bit of time in our sanity, I'll shorten this trip to 3 actual days that will roleplay out, and the rest will be sort of time skipped.
Okay.
I
'Cause it
assume
would
that
take
I would be able to
hours.
get through all of these books.
Yeah, you'd be able to get through them slowly but surely.
Alright, what are the other 2 about?
Oh boy.
Cobalt enlarges the coin and says, "Bigify." That's his magic word for enlarge.
Bigify. How large is this rock, Sully?
He's enlarging the coin.
Yes, but how large is
Oh.
it to begin with?
Rock.
Probably big enough. It probably still needs to fit on the scale, so not too big.
Probably whatever the
And,
max size to fit on the scale.
I'd say
Eric's-
like
The first book is detailing magical properties of some rare species of wood and their uses in wand and staff production. Mainly how freaking rare they are. It's coffee.
Cobalt tells Eric, "Can you relay some of that info to me too? It might be interesting." Cobalt's interested, but busy all the time.
You're not busy. You're fooling around.
Same thing.
In the last book,
It is. It's about some theories on how the Feywild has changed the evolution of various kinds of animals in the realm.
okay.
Such as how the more monstrous and sort of magical animals have been either touched more or directly interfered with to create and stuff like that.
So he says about 5 inches across. It's like hand sized, I think.
Alright.
I'm trying to put enlarge reduce in the chat, so there you go. So in case you want to see it. That's still not too big.
And a single silver coin?
That I've embiggened. Now we're testing 2 mundane objects, one that has been magically enhanced.
It results in a rock the size of a hand. However, it has a noticeable silver sheen on it. It's definitely, a lot of it is still rock, but there is definitely, a good amount of silver.
Congratulations,
Wow.
you created an ore.
Now, we've reversed the process. We've turned pure silver into silver ore. Alright, now, I guess we wait a little. Actually, I'm gonna manually remove the, move concentration on the spell.
The rock also seems a lot more disc-shaped.
Okay.
And Cobalt, you noticed that when you were keeping concentration of the enlarge, as soon as the combining was activated, you had that concentration just suddenly ripped from you.
Interesting. Okay. Now Cobalt is going to do the same thing, like the exact same thing, but with a normal piece.
With a normal what?
With a normal, about the same size rock, and with one normal size silver piece.
Okay.
Well,
The result looks pretty much the same. The rock is differently shaped, a bit more oblong, but however, it still has that vague disc shape.
And it looks like it's the same amount of silver in it?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Guys, we made this discovery this time. We're actually making progress. The magic enhancements do not affect the product at all.
Alright.
Interesting. I believe that's 3. Cobalt's going to study books now.
Alright.
What was the one Eric read before the magic wood one?
Yes, it was detailing sources of magically attuned wood for wands and staffs.
What was one before that one?
Oh, give me a sec.
Here.
I'm sorry.
I can't remember what I said.
All 5 of them.
What was it, Eric?
I just linked it in the chat.
Oh. Unable to create window with data source.
What?
It says that
I
to
don't
me
think-
pretty much anytime someone does
I don't
that.
think they can look at your notes.
Oh. Well, fine then. I will just copy and paste.
Can't you just tell me? Okay. Displacer beasts. Because Cobalt is a conjuration wizard, and a lot of conjuration is temptation and stuff like that. That interested Cobalt. And also, displacer beasts are cool. He's not sure why, but he seems to really like displacer beasts.
I think I know exactly why he likes displacer beasts.
I don't know what you're talking about. It's just a weird random thing with him.
I would like to study these 2... Well, actually, I'll study the 4 books on diplomatic stuff. I know one of them's already been explained, but there's 3 more.
Alright.
What the hell was that, Cobalt?
Yeah, what was that?
That was my boyfriend's laugh.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Trust me.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
I feel that's
To be fair, he has earbuds on, so he probably doesn't hear how he laughed.
Oh. I'm still
should
sorry.
record it.
What a goof.
Actually, it is recorded right now. I mean...
Nothing, babe. I'm not saying anything.
Here you are.
Anyways, Dova, what are these other 3 books of diplomacy stuff on?
Alright. The first one is in Elvish. Do you know Elvish?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Damn it.
Weird.
Get away with that.
Fuck, man.
Alright. It's a
So,
description
you should've
on
gone
the
with Abyssal.
I should have. Nah, it's an Elvic. It's basically a description on how a lot of Baldur's Gate forming families and dynasties were Elvish, actually. And it's a sort of a detailed retelling of the first few sessions of Congress, where stuff started to get heated up over the formation of the city, but it stops before saying what eventually happened. It just kind of ends really abruptly. Not a very good read. The second one...
3rd, technically.
Oh yeah, the third. The third one It is about the relation with dwarven holds in the area. Specifically, where is it? What is it? It's over here. What's it called? Silvery Moon. Either way, it's one that you really haven't heard of.
Well, I would be hearing about it in the book.
You would be hearing about it in the book. Shit. I'm trying to think. I know
it's one you haven't heard of until now.
One you haven't heard of until now. Yes, but I have to come up with a name for it.
You said it's an inn or tavern?
No, it's a dwarven hold.
Steel Mountain.
No, I know one that's kind of like
Metal Stone. Carved Hammer.
Cobalt.
Yep.
Shh.
I'm helping.
Fuck's sake. I can't think of a name right now, so.
Okay.
But I know it's somewhere.
Denerkniak. Just make up random sounds.
Either way, you learned of you read about their involvement in supplying the various stones that the palace was made out of, and of the various difficulties with actually getting it here through the surrounding territories and across basically other people's roads.
Okay.
Final one is rather boring, and it's about zoning in the city. It seems to be an excerpt from a law book, and so it's extremely dry with some ultimately unhelpful explanations sprinkled throughout.
Okay.
Oh jeez, a book about this being boring. How on earth?
Okay.
It was a joke, guys.
Oh my god. I am.
If you need to end here, we can end.
No, I'm gonna get to a point. I know that it's coming.
Okay. Well, I think that's all for me. Those would probably keep me occupied the whole time.
Alright.
Yeah, I did my experiments, and I'm gonna read the books about the magic wood, and about the displacer beasts.
I don't know, Cobalt. You should probably be preparing to defend yourself from that creature.
What creature? Displacer beast? Where?
Cockroach.
The one in... Yeah, and the cockroach.
What else is everyone doing?
I'm not doing much.
Polishing my
study
axe.
your songbook, Sully?
Nothing seems to have changed with the roach at all. Not even its vigor. It seems to be going just as strong as it was when you put it in the jar.
It doesn't need to eat or sleep or drink.
Well, to be frank, didn't need to do much of that anyways.
That's true, but we may have discovered the key to immortality.
Give me an infection check, Sully. You see a good amount of scratches on the inside. You think that the jar has definitely been in better condition. But it looks to be holding up fine so far.
You do know that... You would probably know that I can cast Mending, by the way. Just throwing that out there.
So can Cobalt.
Oh, you've got mending too.
Yep, I've got 8 cantrips.
Okay.
You did see what he, you did see what Sully said, Cobalt, right?
Oh, no. Continue. Okay. I'm mending the jar.
It's not see-through, but I do have a strong box. About the size of a shoebox.
Oh, I remember where you got that.
We'll see how this jar holds in the long run. But for now, I'll just cast mending and see if that fixes it.
It does. It seems to close up all of the scratches and various metal shavings that the cockroach had deposited into the bottom of the jar.
Sweet. Dova, can I make a nature check or some kind of check to see what cockroaches eat?
Be a nature check.
Unless Eric's already knows or something.
I probably have a better check.
That too. He can check.
You do know that the rim, or the cap on the jar is made of metal. It's one of those stamped ones.
I'll see if I can mending that
God.
too. God damn it, guys!
Eric,
Eric
you're not
know?
sure what cockroaches eat, but you know that bugs kind of eat anything.
Alright, Cobalt's gonna...
And Sully, your only experience with... That's a +4. You don't think that what regular roaches eat would apply here.
Well, that's what we're going to test to see if it actually ate like a cockroach, or if it ate at all.
Well, put that like silver ore that we have essentially now in there. See if it eats that.
Oh yeah,
think
can I
that
break
might be
apart
too
the-
big for the...
Can I break apart the rock into smaller pieces?
I have a hammer. I can do that.
Sure.
Alright, well,
I break off a
So-
smaller piece and I give it to Cobalt.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a few normal rocks in there, a few silver ore pieces, and I'm also going to put like a dead bug that I find or something.
Okay. You
So I'm
find
pretty sure a cockroach would eat that.
a dead fly in the bottom of the wagon and just put it in there. It doesn't seem
Alright, well-
very interested, but who knows?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see what, if any, of the things I put in there it eats.
Alright, let's move on to the third day, because I'll spoil the rolls that I did for encounters. I did 14 rolls. None of them were above 18.
I'm guessing above 18 is what's required
Above
for
18.
random attacks.
Something happens. Something happens that I don't plan ahead of time.
Alright then. Looks like easy days.
Yes.
Easy days, easy life.
Easy,
What are you all doing
very
on the third?
comfortable days, because this wagon is really, really comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with the blanket, which is getting somewhat dirty.
Prestidigitation!
Alright. I really don't know what I expected when I said that.
Fucking the wizard's toolkit up in here.
Alright.
Cobalt learns. He'll conjure his own loot with magic that lasts for an hour, and then, when it goes away, he'll get another one, and Sully will just teach him that way.
It's actually kind of smart.
Yeah. Dude, I love this ability. I'm also gonna play with my toy frog every once in a while.
Alright.
I'm just
And you
studying
do
those
that-
books throughout the whole time.
Alright.
How long is the staff, the sock thing?
About half the size of a normal wand.
A wand or staff? Because I put a staff in
Oh,
there.
is it a staff? Oh, no, it's a wand.
Oh, it's a wand now?
about the size of about a foot long.
Okay, so half the size of Cobalt. Got it.
Every single time I forget how tall or how short you are.
Can it just be a staff that would be a wand to a normal?
Well, it started off as a staff for you.
I guess. Okay.
It was probably a wand beforehand. But now it's an even shorter wand.
A Cobalt wand
Yes.
of socks.
Sully, you actually see that small amounts of the rocks are disappearing day after day. It doesn't appear to be touching the dead fly, however.
What about the iron or the silver? I mean.
I did say that's along with the rocks. It's getting eaten. It appears to be being eaten very slowly.
Okay. Does the cockroach look any bigger?
Give me a perception check.
If it helps at all, I recall exactly how big it looked beforehand.
Shit, you do.
God,
roll.
Cobalt, you just
Yeah.
exist to make Dova's life a nightmare, don't you?
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect this kind of character to do that, but that's what's happening. Hey Dova, what time is it?
As he
Exactly what
purposely-
time you expect it to be.
Thanks. Thanks. Alright, so I still need to make a perception check?
Yes.
Okay. With my -1, it's probably a 0.
Looks to be around the same size.
Alright then.
Can I do a perception check on the mutant bug?
On the what?
On the mutant bug?
To see the size?
Yeah.
See if it got any bigger.
You didn't take any good looks at it beforehand.
Sully can make a perception check.
Yes. And Sully, you would notice that it seems to be slightly bigger.
Oh my god. I put more rocks and ore in there. And I take out the... Actually, I don't need to take too much work.
What?
Unless I can just mage hand it out. Sorry, continue.
Alright, so you are going to add more ore?
Add rocks.
Alright. You do so. Again, it doesn't seem to show any interest, just kind of scuttling around and scratching at the sides.
I'm also gonna mending it, just because I can.
As Sully says, get the strong box ready, but I don't suppose we could make this thing a pet.
I'm
Cobalt
ready
is
to
all
kill
for
this thing before it becomes a problem.
Out of character, if this thing gets released in the ecosystem, that could destroy a lot of things. Especially if it's eating rock.
Basically, we have created termites for buildings.
Cobalt's gonna hold the jar to himself and say, "Don't you dare hurt Shiny." Yes, he named it.
Cobalt, you did notice that the scratches were noticeably deeper.
Okay.
Dova is totally going to punish us in some way for this.
Are you
I'm
kidding?
not.
This is fantastic.
We should just throw it in one of the bags of holding so it can't get out.
Oh, that's another good experiment. Doesn't need to breathe.
Sounds good. I take it and put it into the trunk and then lock it.
Okay.
By the
You
way,
do so.
speaking of the trunk, only myself, Raku, and Sully have a key.
Cobalt is going to make a grab for the key. For a
I'm
key.
gonna add the cockroach to
Shrek.
the inventory.
Shrek.
You hear that, Eric's?
You're gonna make a lunge for the key?
Yes. Do you resist?
Yeah?
Alright, I won't contest. Cobalt's just gonna flop on his face. He's gonna look up at you in the key and say, "Hey, can I..."
Maybe when you're older.
Okay, looks sad and curls back up on the fancy blanket with the book.
In my mind, this cart is lined with like 2 feet of pillows and blankets, and of course the Tarrasque plush. It is just the most comfortable thing ever.
It is. It's been rather comfortable to travel on. Compared on what you normally travel on, of course.
Oh,
Which is
Cole has another experiment that he wants to try.
Oh no. Can we
All
just move on?
Yeah.
We're still
Yeah.
moving. All right. We'll do this last one because I'm curious. I'm going to conjure a loot and put it on one side of the scale, and put a silver piece on the other side. I want to see if magically made items are effective.
You are taking this money out of your wallet, right?
Of course.
Okay.
That's why I'm using silver.
a poof of dust later. You have a silver coin.
Okay, good to know.
What's your passive perception?
9. I got a
9.
-1.
Alright, it's just a normal silver coin.
Can anyone else look at this? Maybe it has a loot on it? Engraved in it or something?
I'll look at it.
I'll take a look.
What? That did not mean for that to be passive perception. Either way, you all see that there's a loot on it now.
Okay, cool. Now, we need to wait an hour to see if it's permanent or if it will go away. Alright, we can move on now.
Now, you did notice that your concentration just immediately got torn away with that.
It's actually not a concentration thing, but okay.
There's a feeling that you have when you have that illusion out, and it was immediately basically shut off as soon as it
Alright.
transferred.
Alright, cool.
You guys arrive at the... Oh no. Yes, whoever just whispered, I saw that. Oh no. Alright. After 2 full weeks of travel, you finally arrive at your destination. The ruins of a small hamlet on the side, or on the slope of the Sunset Mountains. There's a small spring coming out from somewhere inside of a crevice, kind of sloping down the mountainside and just flowing down into a river which continues down towards the sea. You guys have been traveling along that for the whole time, pretty much.
At least we have a good supply of water.
Other than that, you don't notice anything really out of place. No burning towns, no people brandishing swords rushing at you. So, you've been told that there's a stockpile somewhere in this area. What do you do?
So we've arrived to the area, or are we maybe at Scornubel, or...
You're basically right where I said settlement on the map, right in the circle.
Right.
You are in that smaller circle.
Personally, I'd say that we would have stopped at, like, Erebor on our way. Kind of. I mean, it's a little ways out of our way, but... That way we can pick up some information and stuff before going.
Okay. Go ahead. What are you going to look for in regards to information, and how are you going to get it?
Well, Erebor is a really big city. I'd probably actually stop at an inn to the north of the city. There's an inn to the north called the Old Talking Boar.
How am I not seeing where the city is?
It's to the south of Sunset Mountains.
Yeah. Erebor, or whatever it is.
Oh, okay. I was looking for an E. Alright, I see it.
I'd say there would be.
I've really studied this city for my D&D game when I was DMing, so but
I need to make a homebrew setting so I can avoid all of this.
I do appreciate having it where it's a more familiar thing, though.
Yeah, but
We're going to the Sunset Mountains, right?
yes.
We took a detour to the south to get some information.
Okay.
But basically, I'd be stopping there. We probably would have heard about this town, or this particular inn, because it is famous for its food.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd stop there and ask around about anybody who knows of a halfling town up in the Sunset Mountains area, and maybe if they've seen any activities.
Raccoon, sure do. There's a few blacksmiths around the city, and while you're not actually allowed into the city walls themselves, due to being a kobold, you find one in the outskirts that has a hand crossbow available. Let me look up a price for you. And to Eric's, a lot of people talk about the abandoned settlement there to the north. They've only heard bad things about it, with stories of wild beasts which love the area, and various... basically, it's not a very nice place to live. And it's been abandoned for a good 400 or 500 years or so. I'm gonna
Okay.
read that, Eric's.
Huh?
Not right now.
Oh no, I was just throwing that at you. Yes, well actually the balance I haven't touched, Cobalt, but please, out of character, can we just move on?
I'm just making sure I knew where it went. But yeah, that's what
I
I'm
don't know where
thinking
the
about.
balance is. Right now the only thing is, for sure, is the, the, whatever it is in the chest. The roach.
Alright, I just wanted a yes or no. That's why I sent it to you in a whisper instead of actually saying anything. Anyway,
You find
continue.
that the hand crossbow in question is for sale for 80 gold.
Alright, I do what I did with the last Fletcher, and I just try to talk myself up and come up with some... Try to deceive and come up with these random stories of greatness to try to talk down the price.
Roll deception.
Mm.
We're not
Oh,
getting
well.
tonight.
You're not getting very far with him in regards to actually lowering the price, but you're managing to build a rapport.
Alright. That's
You're a
okay.
rather capable fellow.
I ask him if he has any, just like bracers in stock, just like wrist bracers.
He would, yes.
For how much?
We'll say 10 gold for some leather bracers.
Alright, I'll give you, oh man. Never mind. I try seeing if I can barter with him. I have, my pewter ring from the Wraith, some fancy inkwells. See if he's interested in any of them.
Doesn't seem to be interested in any of that. He is a blacksmith.
Just for my own humor, I pull out the single boot with the copper buckle.
He turns it down.
Alright.
And you are informed, if you don't want to pay 80 gold, you can just leave.
Okay, I leave.
Alright? Anything else that you want to do here?
I'm going to, well, I think that's about it. But I do want some food.
As Riku leaves, I'm going to conjure him a hand crossbow. That's a replica of the one that I saw in the blacksmith shop.
All right.
I look at it and go back to my go. Thanks.
I say it only lasts for an hour, but it's something.
Yeah, thanks.
Colt smiles warmly.
I kind of give, like a half smile, kind of like really trying to, but it's not really wholeheartedly. Just kind of baring my teeth, that kind of smile.
Colt doesn't notice a difference.
So he's looking around for a wizard.
For wizards.
This is a really large city.
But
I
apparently we're
will
not
try
allowed in.
Get us into the city itself by showing my Zentarum badge.
Guard immediately just tells you to leave. It seems that he thinks you stole it.
I'm with. Would I be able to get back to Eric's at this time?
I'd say you would.
Yeah, because we were both on the outside.
Yeah,
Okay,
just-
so I'm next to them too, and I just show my Baldur's Gate pass also, along with his Zentarum badge to try to show that we're authentic.
I'm gonna be honest. I do not have anything prepared for this city at all.
I figured. It's more we're just getting equipment here and stuff.
Yeah, I got you. All right, so out of character, I'll kind of give you guys two choices. Either you guys go into area bore and we kind of end there because I'm dying right now, and so actually researching all of this and getting it ready would be a bit iffy. Or we could kind of skip through. I basically say that you get what you need, assuming that what you need is reasonable, and we continue on and get the thing I wanted done.
I figured we would do the second.
Yeah, I have no interest in.
Get some information, which we already got, and grab any supplies that we may need. By the way, with this thing, was Riku able to gather food for us the whole way, or would our ration depart?
Riku has been able to gather food this whole way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whenever he's out and about, really, there's not going to be any issues in regards to food. And Sully, you were not able to find one outside of the town limits as you are not being let in right now. You remember your application process for a Baldur's Gate sort of access to be very, very involved. A lot of petitioning on the behalf of the Zentarum off of various people to basically as character witnesses. And without any sort of presence in the city thus far, you don't think you'll be able to get into the city proper for quite some time.
Okay, well then, I guess unless there's anything anybody else needs, we'll continue on.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Good.
Yep. Alright. So, we'll continue when you guys have reached the settlement. No, I don't have a name for the settlement. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Well, it's been abandoned for 400 or 500 years anyways. Probably nobody knows the name anymore.
Now that I think back, that's exactly what I was thinking.
There's a faded sign that says Garmin Arnar on it.
Curiously enough, when you arrive, there is a very, very faded sort of stone sign. And the first, you can only see the first 4 letters, and it says FARS. It seems to go on for a little bit past that, but you can't really see. And the town itself, as you arrive, it's nighttime, of course.
Can
What?
that stand for Spaceballs, the abandoned settlement in Halfling?
No. I had something else in mind.
Baseball's joke is good. Baseball's joke.
Literally look to the swamp to the northeast.
We see any ogres in the swamp?
No.
No, we got the ogre with us.
Continuing. After a day or two of travel from Iriabor, you arrive at the settlement. In the settlement is a collection of cobblestone foundations, very, very faint outlines of previous gravel roads. However, it's very, very heavily overgrown, but you can still see that that mountain stream that flows out of the mountain. So, what you've been told in this small
Nice one.
give me a survival check when you switch back.
Oh,
You've
God.
been told in a sort of small briefing scroll that the people from Iriabor, there is a contact there who has told Harls that they've seen one of the large flying shape kind of descend into the town area. Past that, he did not know where it went, or who came off, if anybody, what exactly the shape was. But it came at different times of the day, as he saw it 5 times in all.
I want to investigate for like signs of like distress in the ground that has shown like recent activity.
Go ahead.
Maybe from like feet or from like the flying ship blowing away the ground.
Eric's, you're not familiar with tracking things in this sort of... It's sort of an arid forest. Rather sandy. The trees growing up are rather thin. Actually, no, they're very gnarled looking. Like they've had to fight to survive in these conditions. It's a very rocky area. Sort of a mix between a desert and a forest.
Okay.
And Raku, you do see this strange sort of set of impressions towards the foot of these hills. After you kind of spread out, look around for clues of any presence. And you do find what looks to be that large flying ship's keel pressed into the ground.
I put my hand on Eric's shoulder as he was trying to look around, and I point and like over here, trying to give him like pointers of how I'm finding stuff, and I tell everyone else what I found and which way we can start going.
About how old would it be? Because I assume the ship's not here.
The ship is definitely not here.
Okay.
Oh, you guys roll different skills. Didn't notice that.
You said it was like sandy?
Yeah.
Can I like judge by how much the sand is moved around by like the wind and the imprint of how fresh it would be?
Yes, that would be a survival.
Oh, would it be?
Yes.
I will go ahead and cast guidance on him and also help look around.
Alright.
Alright.
So... I guess it wasn't needed.
Very nice. It doesn't seem to have rained in a good while, but there's a steady wind coming from the the east, kind of running alongside the mountain.
Well, I was just
judging.
yeah. Okay.
Judging by how sharp the imprint is, it's been perhaps 3 or 4 days since someone was here. Beyond that, the last imprint was maybe 12 days.
So
But before that, you're not quite sure.
All right. So I'll lead us over to where the imprint is, and we can kind of judge that they landed near where they were trying to go.
I'm not gonna question your judgment at all.
Carefully, probably, to make sure that no one's around still and guarding it.
I'm going to. I mean,
Any other thoughts?
I would
Did
say.
everybody roll perception? Inside the tower, please.
Wait,
Me?
there's a tower?
The tower
No, the-
roll.
Yeah,
Everybody or just him?
everybody, and you cast Acid Splash, Cobalt.
God dang it.
This is beautiful.
There you go.
See, Eric's, that's how you attack it. By accident.
I'm going
Okay.
to need one from Eric's
Hey.
and Sully.
Hang on. So there's a tower. We're off from the road a little.
There's no
ways.
tower.
He wants us to roll the dice
Oh,
in
yes.
the tower.
Okay. So what are you doing here, Raku? I am so confused.
Instead of rolling the skill check, Cobalt rolled the Acid Splash attack.
Okay, but what are we doing here? What are we rolling for?
We're trying to look for a stockpile, right? Wasn't that it?
Well, that also I told you to roll perception. So
No, yeah, I know, but I'm saying that we're trying to figure out where it is, and we've seen that I found airship imprints, and I brought us to them. Well, I'm bringing us around to them, because if they were here recently, that's probably what we're looking for. And now we're rolling perception to see if anyone's around.
What-
and Sully, you gave me a dexterity saving throw.
I would say that we split the party a little bit. Maybe have probably Cobalt and Sully stick with the cart and keep an eye out in the area as a whole so we don't get ambushed from somewhere else.
Sully, that was a perception check.
What do you guys think?
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say bring Rock because, well, he's melee and we're likely, if we're going away from the cart, and so he's more likely to be useful with us.
Well, Rock would come with you regardless.
But yeah,
Alright.
I would say we keep some back to do kind of an overall eye out and warn us if something's coming that we don't see.
Alright. Well, I mean, I can scout ahead, too.
Well, we don't want to split up too much. That's the thing.
I know. I'm just saying just a little bit and come back.
Rock.
Yep.
You do see the very faint impression of a set of footprints or depressions in the rocky sand leading towards the mountain.
I'm gonna start following it.
All right.
How did he see those and I didn't? I was investigating for those. I was looking for footprints.
That investigation before.
Yeah, that was. I was looking.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Footprints and stuff like that.
You guys would see it at about the same time as
Okay.
Rock would notice it by chance, just kind of glancing around while you noticed it after kind of putting the pieces together and
All right.
looking around the actual impression.
Yeah, I'm just gonna march, following him.
Okay. The tracks themselves Whoever wants to actually do the tracking, can you give me a survival check?
Okay.
I would be helping. I'm gonna help Raku. Well, actually, Raku, what is your bonus on that?
+5.
I will do the tracking then, because I've got a +7, and I'll cast guidance on myself. Raku, you want to assist me so I get advantage?
Sure. Oh, I just dropped the die and I rolled a 16. Okay, yeah, I'll help you.
That okay with you, Dova?
Yeah. Nice.
And just because I've got it, make that a 24.
Oh, yeah, right.
Alright, you start following the tracks into the mountain.
I would say
You find that they... What?
Oh, sorry. I would say we stop before we get too far from the cart and then have them come back up with us. Because, yeah, dangerous to be separated.
The tracks lead across that small river that was flowing into the town. And eventually it goes to a sort of a rocky gap in the foothills, the surrounding rock. A small trail sort of forms, sort of an outcropping, which snakes back and forth up the mountain. There looks to be some very roughly carved steps that have been weathered away and cracked and just completely almost unrecognizable. You continue following them?
Yep.
Definitely going to bring the... does it look like the cart could go on this path or no?
It could not.
Cobalt, don't you have that little tent thing spell?
Leoman's tiny hut?
Yeah, would you be able to cast that over the cart to kind of hide it? It does hide, doesn't it?
It doesn't really hide. It's a that I can choose the color of.
Oh. Well, then I guess we'll just leave the cart somewhere and hope.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
I can cast Reduce on the cart and make it smaller. Does that help? Was Cobalt helpful?
I think we'll just leave it behind somewhere where we can look for somewhere that's not very obvious and just kind of tie Donkey off to a tree or something and head up.
Okay.
Alright. You find a tree amongst the ruined foundations and tie Donkey up. He seems to be munching on some fruiting cactuses.
Okay. Well, then let's head up.
Alright. You start heading up this winding mountain trail, trying to not fall off the side. It's actually rather short, and eventually you end up in a small... I'm trying to think of the word. We'll go with trail. Leading across the side of or cutting across the side of a wall, leading deep into a crevice. Cold water continuously splashes and mists throughout here, as it seems there's a waterfall at the opposite end.
I'll bring out my the rod, whatever the water rod is.
Dry within 10 feet of it.
All right.
Eventually, you see a small opening in the side of the wall, and continuing closer reveals a shallow alcove with a rather out of place wooden door. It seems much newer than the rest of your surroundings. Can you give me a investigation check? Actually, no, a perception check, all of you.
Sure.
623. And I need one from Cobalt.
Oh, that was everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, give me a sec. Investigation, right?
Perception.
Perception.
Perception. I don't know why.
Sorry, Delvin.
Come on, roll the dice. There we go.
Rock and Cobalt.
Really?
You both notice that the door is mounted on what look to be much older sort of mounting brackets. There's a clear discrepancy between the surrounding rock and the door, age-wise.
Can I just nudge the... Does it look like it opens inward or outward?
Inward.
Can I nudge it with my, the tip of my battle axe?
There's a slight amount of wobble. Sort of like a slight amount of play between the latching mechanism and what it's latched with, so it bounces back and forth a few times, but it seems otherwise pretty solid.
Is it unlocked?
It seems locked.
Can I kick it open?
Give me a strength check.
Strength.
Nice. With a step back, of course keeping the edge in mind, you plant your foot directly into the door and it swings open. The lock itself actually falling off of the back. Inside you see a dark space, which after a moment your eyes adjust to, and you see a, well, to be frank, a stockpile. You see some boxes and crates stacked up in the corner, a few very large crossbow bolts, about 4 or 5 feet long each, in a pile on the side. A few barrels, some racks with some swords, crossbows, bows. What do you do?
I'm gonna walk right in.
Alright.
We should probably have it checked for traps first.
Yeah.
He's not thinking about that.
I'd like to try and stop Rock.
Okay.
Would you resist me, Rock, or...?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay. Raku, you want to do your thing?
Sure. Alright, so what roll is that? I forget.
This would be an investigation check.
Alright. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't seem to be trapped at all. There's not much indicating that there could be any traps here. Let's say that. There's not very many support beams. All the cave floors are natural. If there are traps, they are very well hid.
I feel good about my assessment, and I give a thumbs up and I go, we're good.
I'll go right in.
You do not experience any traps.
Alright. I put the waterbane rod away.
Alright. What are all of you doing?
Can I do a perception check to see if there's any, like, interesting weapons?
Sure.
Okay.
You find a halberd.
Ooh.
It's pretty much a glaive, but it does bludgeoning damage. Instead of a blade on the end, it is now a hammer. Combined with a bit of a sharp end on the other side.
I would like to take that one.
Alright.
My eyes are drawn over to the bows and crossbows, and I go and have a look at them.
Alright. They all seem to be in decently good shape. There's also a barrel, an open barrel full of various arrows.
Do any of the bows look in better condition than mine?
Not really. They're all in solid condition, but not much better than yours. Yours is really in good condition, considering you take care of it every day. These seem to have been sitting for a while. None of them are actually strung at the moment.
Is there a hand crossbow among the bows?
There is, without the string.
Ooh. I will pick that up,
Alright.
and I'll go rummage through the arrows, collecting what I can, what I feel are in good condition.
Sully? You find a large tricorn hat resting on a crate, sort of near the entryway.
Anything for a magic user such as my...
The tricorn hat is the same hat that basically all pirate captains wear.
Is that a no?
What were you saying?
Is there anything that might interest a magic user such as myself?
There looks to be a scroll sitting inside of a opened crate.
Oh, what is it?
Among some various bits and bobs, some bits of scrap metal, some paper, a book.
Ooh. What's the
Can
book
everybody
say on
give
it?
me a perception check?
Oh, sorry. Terrible.
Redo it.
Huh?
Redo it.
In the tower.
Yeah.
Was there something we were specifically supposed to do with these caches?
You've been told to dismantle it, destroy it, or find out, or perhaps capture a pirate, find out what their intentions are. Basically, to disrupt and gain more info.
Okay.
You said I found a halberd?
A halberd.
I'm just gonna add that.
It is going to be the same as a glaive, but it does bludgeoning.
Man, if only we had a release mechanism on the trunk, we could have just brought it in here and threw everything in.
Rock.
Yep.
You hear someone walking down the trail towards you.
I'm gonna look towards the sound.
Alright,
It
since...
appears to be a large amount of people. Perhaps 6, 7.
Can I do a perception check to see if I see a certain somebody?
Go ahead. Where are you right now? You're inside looking at the weapons rack, correct?
Yeah, I just
It's
wanna...
not a very large area. It's perhaps 40 feet by 40 feet in a sort of semicircular area. Yes, circular area. You don't see anybody, but I'm trying to find out if you would see the shadow. Let me do some geog. Oh my god, you would see the shadow.
I see everything!
You see very briefly in the rocky outcrop on the other side, a decent ways off, perhaps 100 yards. You see the outline of a dragonborn.
Oh.
Following behind are 7 or 8 very, very large people. about as tall as she is. About 4 or 5 of them seem to be carrying large crates or barrels.
Are they heading towards us or away from us?
Towards.
He's gonna get visibly excited.
Can you give me an insight check?
Sure. I'm actually trained in that.
You think they're very, very close.
Oh,
Perhaps only a minute to 30 seconds before they get into this area. Before they reach, or before they'd be able to see the door, at the very least.
I'm gonna let the party know that my future wife is coming here.
That exactly?
Yep.
Because I remember him saying this, I'm gonna immediately grab the scroll in the book and book it.
I don't think we can really run out of here, because if I remember, that path was rather narrow.
You distinctly remember there being only one path out.
Oh,
The only way to get out is through them, unless we jump.
I featherfall.
Being kobolds and being very good at hiding, you know that there are lots of nooks and crannies around these storage crates.
That's a good idea. I'm gonna prepare to cast invisibility.
Alright.
I'm gonna take the book and the scroll though, put it into my backpack, hide somewhere, and then I'm gonna turn invisible. So you guys better do some good job hiding. I'm gonna tell Rock to come over here, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on him too, since he already has disadvantage with stealth checks.
I'll be the judge. I'll just kind of come over to you. I'll go over.
Alright, I'm gonna stuff him in somewhere hiding, good hiding space too.
Okay. There's some various empty open barrels, piles of crates, armor racks, still with armor in them, super large leather cuirasses and stuff. There's a few support pillars, and a few cross members, which, if you're wily enough, you might be able to wedge yourself in there.
Did Sully cast Pass Without Trace?
I'm casting Pass Without Trace.
Also, it's the same issue where we can't see it. You gotta take the information from the spell library and put it into your spell book. And then you can give that to us.
Alright, well I'm gonna go hide somewhere where I can still have, probably like behind some crates where I kind of have a line of sight and can like have an arrow at the ready.
Cobalt, this was pulled from the library.
Oh, really?
Yes.
It's still saying we're unable to create window.
It says that for everything for me.
Interesting.
What matters is Dova being able to see it, which I am pretty
Yeah, I
sure,
can see
yeah.
it.
Dova can see it just fine.
I'll get Pass Without Trace, and then I'm gonna invisibility me and Rock with the level 3 spell slot.
How many people can you choose?
Veil of Shadows and
it's
Silence radiates from you. Each creature I choose within 30 feet has a plus 10 bonus to stealth checks. It cannot be tracked except by magical means.
That's fine, Sully. In regards to stealth.
So that's 21 for him. Do you want me to roll stealth?
We're all gonna roll.
Yes.
Oh, that's not even a stealth check.
29.
So everybody would roll stealth, yes.
Even if you're invisible. Fuck.
Yep.
Oh,
Do I need
Dova,
to-
let me know if this has disadvantage if I'm rolling it.
It'll automatically be applied.
Okay, there you go. Just because I have plate mail on.
plus 10, 17.
you want me to take the first or second number? So because
We're gonna take the second number.
okay.
Actually, we'll take the first.
Okay, so we got 20.
5 plus 5, 10, yeah, 20. So the lowest was 17. Okay.
We got a 17.
As you guys scramble to find hiding places.
Oh.
I assume
And
you're
then,
going to find hiding places. Do any of you want to do anything different?
I'm still gonna have to find a hiding place, but I'm doing the invisibility.
I'm looking straight at the door.
Did
Tail
you
is flicking
close
back
the
and forth.
door?
I quickly run up and close the door before they come within range to see.
Was it
Give
open
me
or
a
closed
slight-
before we...
It was.
I don't remember anyone closed it because
You guys smashed the lock off, then kind of left it open.
I don't say
actually
smashed. I kicked the door
actually,
in.
yeah, Rock kicked the door open, so it might not be able to close.
I like to make an entrance.
Oh, I made it close.
All right. Give me a spell ability check to see how smoothly you can close it with your mage
proficiency.
hand. Oh,
So add 3 to that.
very carefully. You close the door with almost no sound, very, very quiet creaking.
Awesome.
However, there is a waterfall kind of somewhere outside, so it's likely that it is muffled.
Sweet. Alright, and then we all take the hide action.
Alright.
Well,
About
stealth,
2 minutes
but-
later, you hear heavy sets of footsteps outside the door. It's kind of the sound that a cowboy boot would make with spurs on. That repeated sort of clinking and heavy leather sound. It stops for a moment just outside the door. You can see a slight shadow in the seam. After about 10 seconds or so, the door slowly swings open, and you see that large red dragonborn. She looks in. She rolls perception.
Here comes the nat 20.
She already rolled. I'd tell you if it
Oh.
was in that 20.
I was about
By
to say.
laughing very, very hard.
Well, Sully, you got a 21. I'm pretty sure you're fine. I think Rockrock got the lowest, which is a 17, and he's invisible. So, I think we're pretty good.
Any of you know Dwarvish?
Nope.
I don't. That sucks.
No, I know Goblin, which is similar.
Only got common interconic.
She takes a few steps in. Looks around in each direction. Seems to look directly through you all. She nods and turns around. She stops for a moment, seeing the broken lock. She nods and walks out. She quickly barks an order out in Dwarvish. You're unsure what it means. And you hear one of the men carrying something start to shuffle towards the front, knocking various stones off the cliff. You see a barrel brought up with a fuse sticking out of it.
Oh, fuck.
I'm grinning.
With a slight puff of breath, she lights the quite long fuse and kicks it into the room as it rolls in. And she says to you all in Draconic, a gift for my new friends and most dogged pursuers. She gives a small bow and leaves.
Can I say in Draconic?
Hold on. Wait, before you say anything, I'm gonna stuff the spark with prestidigitation. You can instantaneously light or snuff a candle or a small campfire. Pretty sure a fuse is small and snuffed out.
Are you sure? It may not have consequences in the short term, but it will.
What?
I'm just saying, are you sure?
I'm still hidden. I mean...
She knows we're here.
Yeah, so she
Alright,
already
well,
walked out.
she's turning away, right?
She already
Yeah,
left.
she walked out. Then what's the harm? I was making sure she left before I did it.
Alright, oh, fair enough. Okay, I thought you were gonna do it right as soon as she did
No.
that.
Oh.
Okay.
Alright, I want to
Go
say
ahead.
in Draconic,
Don't...
well, she knows we're here, so it's not gonna hurt anything. One, and two, he's gonna say it regardless of what you say anyway. He's
Rock.
not the brightest bulb. He's God. What was he gonna say now?
I
Nothing.
love you, what?
No,
Parting
he was
gift.
parting gift. He's gonna stay in Draconic, and I'll be sure to return it back tenfold, my love.
She doesn't seem to react, but you know that she heard.
That's good.
Either way, as soon as she leaves, about maybe 2 seconds later, Cobalt snuffs the flame.
Alright, and then, I pause
About a
to make sure I
second
don't...
later, the spark resumes.
Alright, I do it again, and I say, everyone get out.
Alright.
And I keep doing this until everyone's gone, and then I leave.
I'm gonna
So
go.
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure it's not all the way down to the base of the fuse already. I just
I'll.
want to do what I can to delay it.
You've got about maybe 12 seconds.
That's
Can I rip
perfectly
the
fine.
fuse
That's
out of the
two-
barrel?
That's
No.
2 rounds.
I'm gonna dash over to it and cut the fuse.
Alright. You cut the fuse off. And as it lies on the ground, it sparks rather rapidly. Until it burns out.
And the rest of it does not continue again.
The rest of it does not continue.
Alright, but once she realizes that it didn't go off the time it's supposed to, then she'll come back. So grab what
I'm-
you can immediately, and then we'll head out.
I'm
We'll,
trying
like,
to work
dash
on.
for it.
I talk over and was like, I have this coin for minor illusion. If someone else has one, we could do smoke and an explosion.
That's not gonna work. The minor illusion's too small for that. Cobalt tells you because he knows magic. It has to be contained within a 5-foot by 5-foot cube. So take what you can and go. Does everyone do that?
Alright, let's do it.
Jesus Christ.
Higher metal than steel? No, there is not, Sully. There is, however, upon looking for stuff that isn't steel, you find a small, almost what looks to be a sort of a puzzle piece. It's made of a very faintly glowing blue metal.
If this weren't important, if we weren't in a hurry, then I'd be interested in just the color. Alright, so you take 1 round, 6 seconds to grab everything, right? everything we want, and then
Everything?
the second
No.
round, not everything we
I don't
want.
know. I do have a bag of holding.
We're only taking the essentials. I've got my book
those-
and my scroll, and that's all I'm taking.
Really, all the oddities that you found, other than the tricorn hat.
Okay,
And
cool. We're good.
Earlier, before anyone was walking up, I went into that barrel and I said I picked out whatever arrows and hand crossbow bolts that were in good use. Did I get any?
There's definitely a fair amount, around 50 or so. We'll say 52 arrows and 17 crossbow bolts.
Okay.
As Sully puts on the pirate hat.
Okay, let's get out of here.
What's everybody's passive perception?
9.
Was it 11?
16.
Oh, no.
I can look at the
Yeah.
thing.
It's, I think 12, yeah.
No, we're blowing it. We're blowing the place up as soon as everyone's out and relay.
Right.
Raku, give me a dexterity check to see how close you cut it off to the barrel itself.
Doesn't that be very close?
I'd say that you would have left around an inch or two of fuse.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be about 6 seconds or so?
About.
Alright, so you said there's 12 seconds on it. We took 1 round of 6 seconds to grab stuff and get out. And then, as next round starts, I'm going to cast Precipitation to light it back again, and we go.
Alright.
Oh, also, after no, I can't. If we're doing rounds, then I can't do the thing I wanted to do. I was going to carve a symbol with Prestidigitation onto the side of the cliff. For her. Anyway, do we all jump off the side? So I can cast Featherfall. It'll be...
I'd say you would.
I would be able to do what?
And Raku. I'm sorry. Rock. As after you jump off the side, you feel this slight feather feeling in your stomach, basically butterflies in your stomach. You find that you're falling quite slower. However, you hear the fluttering of sails. And looking down this sort of this rift that the river is carved in this mountain, you see the ship fully broadside, with a ladder extending onto one of the paths near the river itself. You see one of the rather large cannons aimed your way.
Oh, she's a feisty one.
And you see her on the ladder midway, pointing at you with a saber. The cannon fires, a deafening sound.
Are we able to do anything?
As Sully says, what an exciting woman, as the cannonball arcs through the air, very narrowly missing you all, but slamming into one of the walls directly behind you. Showering you all with stones, rocks. Can you give me a concentration check on that Featherfall?
It's not concentration. It's a reaction
Not concentration? It's a reaction?
Yep, you do it
Alright.
once and it's good until you land.
I want to try and firebolt the ladder above where she is.
You're unable to, as
How far away is
the
she right
amount
now?
of rock thrown around you is basically smothering you all. You're so disoriented from the explosion itself that you can't think straight. And all you can do is just curl up and try not to die in the avalanche of rock and despicably cold water. I think
Well,
we're
we
in a
didn't
session
take-
there. I'm
Wait,
tired.
are we
Are we
taking
in
fall
water?
damage?
You are not in the water. And no, this is not rocks fall, you die. Before you say it.
Oh, it didn't seem like we got hit by any rocks, and the fall definitely didn't kill us.
Wait, so are we feather falling like towards the river?
Yes. The feather fall isn't very, very small or very, very slow falling. It's still a decent pace, but
60 feet a second.
yes.
Can I use my quick thinking and agility to grab my water's bane rod from my bag of holding?
Give me. We'll do a constitution check on this.
That was the text from cutting action. Alright. Okay. Oh, damn it. That's good.
Sorry, Cobalt replies, it's a level 4 spell, I can't use them yet.
You can't hear anything he says.
Oh.
As your ears are ringing. And what seems to be tons and tons of rock are falling all around you. Some of them pushing you down faster, though the spell tries to push you back up. You all find yourselves completely and totally disoriented as you continue downwards into the river below. And I'll say it again, I think we should end there because I'm dying.
Sure, that's why you want to end it.
Yeah, we're dying too. Alright.
I'll say one thing. I did not expect to have to use the contingency plan on that.
Oh wait, on the, because I snuffed out the bomb.
Yeah.
Never underestimate a utility mage.
Alright. I keep forgetting that. Anyways, I feel like this session has been totally shit. Because I've been completely out of it. And I'm sorry.
Oh no, this has been great.
Yeah, I enjoyed the last couple minutes of it.
I enjoyed all of it.
Thank you
That's good to
very
hear.
much, everybody, for joining us this evening. As Dova said, we are going to go ahead and call it here. If you're able to, until October 2nd, subscriptions on Twitch are half off, which means that 100% of what you subscribe with does come directly to me in support here. I would definitely appreciate the help. I will be streaming again on Thursday with a new D&D group that's just starting. Otherwise, I hope you guys have a good evening and see you next time.
So you're cheating on us.
Bye.